wish I was taught at a young age that no one ever cared what you said, but to say that means never listening to what mom say. Always had a dream on ruin at my mom's place. Always hesitate when it came to putting on the wrong face. When it came to putting it on face. When it came to building up a better being, but a better being. Never been in the back of your thoughts. Never ever thought you'd ever see them, but I bet that you were heated, but you scream in the back of your thoughts. Nightmares and dreams in the back of your thoughts. Life with a meaning attacking your thoughts. Begging and screaming to ask you to start. Remind you of things that you know that you're not. Battles and demons you know that you fought. Wishing that people would give it a thought now. Maybe I just go to therapy. Hearing it even a part of the reason these people are glaring me. Lights in the glamour and really what's flaring me. They stare at me, wonder what choices I'm making to get where I got. Choices determined as something I'm not. But I'm running head first to the sun. And yeah, they slinging rocks and they throwing stones, so I had to respond with a gun. Look, this part of the session is done. A conversation with no one, a conversation with myself, a conversation for my health, a conversation with no help, a conversation for what I felt, a conversation for what I do, a conversation to cry to, another song to get high to. You wanna fly, I wanna fly too.
I always felt like I could do more of myself, you know?
Something about the way that you speak, something about the way that you keep me wrapped around your finger, a reason that I can't breathe, something I just can't see, why I just can't leave ya. 'Cause there's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you, and it's not fair. Why did it always have to be about you? Always be about you. 'Cause there's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you, and it's not fair. Why did it always have to be about you? Always be about you. Always been about you.
You've been there for my weakest, kept an eye throughout the week, and care when I'm weaker on the weekends. I've been so shut it off by any labels and implications. The only thing that's on my mind is any little moments that we're making. 'Cause you recognize all the moments I choose to fall short. Fall short, spring short, maybe the summer some more. Maybe I'm trying too hard, or maybe I'm going too fast. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm just trying to make the moment last. Mirrors pass, reflection is in the glass. Intentions are out the window when moments stay in the past. You're driving without gas, you're happy with what you have. But happiness doesn't mean that you can never go bigger or better. I bet I'm better than you expected. Bet all your hopes been redirected. You won't feel so disconnected and disjointed. What I'm trying to say, the point is I'm hoping that you could sit and join us.
There's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you. And it's not fair. Why did it always have to be about you? Always be about you. 'Cause there's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you. For me, it's not fair. Why did it always have to be about you? Always be about you. I couldn't be without you. There's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you. And it's not fair.
Something about the way that you speak, something about the way that you keep me wrapped around your finger, a reason that I can't breathe, something I just can't see, why I just can't leave ya. 'Cause there's just something comforting about you, and it's not fair. Why'd it always have to be about you? Always be about you. 'Cause there's just something comforting about you, and it's not fair. Why'd it always have to be about you? Always be about you. Always been about you. But you've been there for my weakest, kept an eye throughout the week, and care when I'm weaker on the weekends. I've been so shut it off by any labels and implications. The only thing that's on my mind is any little moments that we're making. 'Cause you recognize all the moments I choose to fall short. Spring, sure, maybe the summer some more. Maybe I'm trying too hard, or maybe I'm going too fast. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm just trying to make the moment last. Mirrors pass, reflection is in the glass. Intentions are out the window when moments stay in the past. You're driving without gas, you're happy with what you have. But happiness doesn't mean that you can never go bigger or better. I bet I'm better than you expected. Bet all your hopes been redirected. You went feel so disconnected and disjointed. What I'm trying to say, the point is I'm hoping that you could sit and join us. There's just something comforting about you. Comforting about you. It's not fair. Why did it always have to be about you? Always be about you. Moments without you. 'Cause
All right. Let me take Geo off for a sec. Let's see. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like the mic is working. Hello, guys. This is the first ever live stream, Real Rap Entertainment live stream. I'm JP Bonilla. I'm not the only one here tonight, but man, this is pretty cool. Let me get a little bit comfortable here. But yeah, welcome to my first Real Rap Entertainment live stream where I kind of want to do this for a while. So, it's pretty exciting to finally be able to do this and everything. And, tonight we're just going to talk some random stuff. We're gonna just, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, as you could tell by the title, we got a lot of topics to talk tonight. The GTA 6 trailer release. So that's absolutely fantastic. I'm very happy. I'm also in my room. Sorry if it's a bit of a mess. Forgot to mention that, but yeah, we got GTA 6 to talk about. We might watch some DSP. He's always kind of funny to listen to and everything, so we'll check that out and everything. But we also are gonna talk a little bit about, and I'm gonna have guests for this too. Recently, if you guys don't really follow Twitter or anything, especially with this YouTuber, ReviewTechUSA, who I want to give a shout out to Rich. He actually for if you guys saw my video a couple days ago, my comedy video, where we used AI DSP. Um, yeah, he gave us a shout out on Twitter and everything. We were able to talk in like his chat and everything. He gave us a shout out there too. I want to give a shout out to Rich of Review Tech USA and his editor Jay. Both of them really cool people. Always fun to watch and listen to on RTU streams. But yeah, basically, sorry about that, folks. Basically, recently, he kind of got into something with with some guy His name was Does It Play? They got in a little bit of an argument about physical media and where it stands today. Um, it's quite an interesting argument. Well, it's more complex than that, if we're being quite honest. A little bit more complex than that. Basically, what happened was, Rich, he kind of, you know what? First, let me bring my friend Riley into this. Riley Quigley of RealRapEntertainment.com, cheap plug right there, where we write a lot of stuff and everything. So, yeah, let me turn off my display for a second. Let me, let me go, try to get him on here. Um, let's see, display capture. Let's turn that off for 1 second. Let me pull up my Discord, but move it to the other thing. Yep, and he's calling me right now. 1 second, Riley, if you're watching. um, and then let me pull this over here. Um, all right, let's see. Okay, Riley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How's it
All
going?
right, yeah, guys, welcome Riley to our first live stream. Let me see if we can hear you first.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
trying to see if I'm coming through the live stream myself. How's my mic quality? Is it okay?
it's pretty
Nothing
solid.
bad.
Pretty
Okay.
solid.
I feel like this
Yeah,
mic's very quiet, so
and
it should be
I
nothing.
can hear you too, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, nah, lots of stuff today. First, let me do something first quickly. Introduce yourself, Riley.
Yeah, hi, I'm Riley. I've been a good friend of JP for a very, very long time. I like to say best friends. And yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I've seen that, how much work JP's been putting into Real Rap Entertainment, and it's been a bit busy, but I've definitely wanted to get involved with some stuff when I can, after work, etc. I went to Central like JP. I've known him for a very long time. I've known other people on the Real Rap Entertainment group a lot as well. Another one of the people on it that does the articles, Chris. He's also been one of my best friends for quite some time now. And yeah, no, it's been good all in all. I think JP's been doing a fantastic job with the YouTube content and everything.
Oh,
And
thank you, man.
no, dude, hey, you've been putting in a
Cool.
shift. This needs to be this needs to be commended.
Mhm.
And yeah, no,
Thanks.
I'm passionate, about like video games. I'm passionate about sports. I have other hobbies as well, but those are
Mm,
probably the main ones that will come out here. So we'll keep it there for a bit. And yeah,
yeah, and yeah, thanks Riley for coming on the show. Yeah, not so far. I think only 3 people watching. I mean, we only have 156 subscribers. Not like not like we're a big channel
good,
or anything, but
good
it's
test
cool.
run for the future.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, there was some drama today on Twitter, man.
There was.
Uh, with Rich. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't. You see, I was on that stream, right? And I got what he was saying at first, and I was in agreement. In terms of like it's not easy. Like it felt for a while. There's not a lot of games where like you put the game in and it just plays like that, and it's playable from the start. Like it always feels like with a bunch of games, that there's an update and everything, but you know, I think he did put out that challenge where he will pay 2K if he was able to if someone was able to find a thing where find a game where you don't have to do that. Someone is able to find a bunch of Nintendo games and everything. I will say there was kind of goalpost move and everything. Um, there was a Super Mario RPG thing too. So it's a pretty complicated issue, I get what both sides are saying and everything, but like I will say, I do think, with all due respect to Rich, he did move the goalposts a little bit. To be fair, I don't know what you think.
Yeah,
Or do
yeah.
you know a
So
little bit?
I was gonna say with Rich. So he's been ReviewTechUSA. He's a tech streamer.
Mhm.
Well, he primarily has been for a number of years. JP, if I and I, we watch his content regularly. He talks about video games.
Oh
He
yeah.
keeps you posted hardware, software,
Hmm.
video games, and other like technology news. But I think recently, one of the topics that he's been talking about a lot is like game preservation. Keeping 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 video games alive because there are a lot of different companies that are moving towards this like digital mainframe, which is all cool and everything. Um, but the problem is, it's like, what if these services are no longer like, they're no longer available anymore? Let's say something happens to Sony or Microsoft, as crazy as it is. Like, it's just kind of difficult because what do you do at that point? A lot of games, some games require an internet connection. You know what I think of, JP, from when I used to play a lot of sports games? I think of like
Okay.
NBA 2K. Remember how bad
Yeah.
that was? They would
Oh
make you
yeah.
play, you know, they make you play connected to the internet, or you basically lost like 80% of the game's functionality. And just like putting that out there. It's been a while since I played, but I know it's like a major portion of the game just goes right away, and they
Mm,
take off the servers after 2 years. So at that point, for all intents and purposes, you kind of have like a brick of a game.
yeah.
Um,
It's a little bit interesting. A little bit interesting.
Yeah, so with Rich, he's been someone who was very much for physical game preservation, and he definitely is still is, but he is starting to change his stance on piracy. And one of the things he's been saying recently is that if you basically there were services on the PlayStation, mainly like movies and videos and stuff like that. They had licensing agreements.
Mm,
But people bought these movies from these companies like Lionsgate, for example, on the PlayStation Store,
yeah.
and now they're removing all the content. I mean, people paid for these. And why it's relevant to what Rich is saying is, recently, Rich has been, looking more into this whole like game preservation thing, and he was talking about like the fact that physical media is dying. Um, you know, straight to the
Mm,
point. Physical media is dying, and to that, you can't just like boot something up and not have like an internet connection to download a patch or anything else. Now, Rich went on this stream, and I think he said, as he said, like what he'd give someone $2,000 if they found a game that didn't require like a day one patch or something like that, or
yeah.
an update of any
Essentially.
kind. I
Essentially, he
think
said that.
personally, I think personally, JP, just putting that promise out, whether you believe it or not, whether I don't know the full context. You probably fill me in a little more. I just think it's kind of a folly, right there and
It's a little
then.
bit folly, yeah. Um,
Uh,
because the thing is, when it comes, like I get what, like I said, I do get what Rich is trying to say, and on the on the Real Rap podcast, me and Javi do talk a lot about, when it comes to movies, especially that it is, physical media is something that is kind of like dying a little bit, which is sad because, streaming services are taking over. But I personally, I think it's still, in terms of movies at least, it's still important to preserve those movies and everything. And make sure like that's something that could be kept alive and everything because the thing is, you subscribe to a streaming service, you don't own the movie. It'll get taken away from you and all this stuff. It's a little bit complicated, like the thing is, I don't know, the thing is, personally, I'm a physical media guy. But when it comes to games, I could see the argument, like it's kind of useless at this point. I could see that a little bit. But personally, you know, I could see the argument why people want to keep physical games, especially, older games. Because I think I'm a big retro games guy too.
yes, you
Um,
are. Yes, you are.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
a
don't
big
know.
physical component.
It's pretty interesting, like this whole argument and everything. Uh, but I'm just seeing all this drama with Rich and everything. I like it. Oh, let me pull up Twitter right now. Twitter.com. Where's yeah? Let me see something too. No, never mind. We go to the start. All right. Let's see. Or let me see if it pops up here. Um, let me turn off the display for a sec, actually. You know, uh, just so I can find everything perfectly well. Okay, now we're good. Uh, wait, I should probably check too, because you never, I don't want to get taken down by YouTube or anything. Um, but yeah, basically, this is so this was one of the things that was shown. Um, you know, so it says, yeah, but you used the Mario RPG as an example to make me fork over the money. Okay, so I should probably explain this. It says so someone used Super Mario RPG to, use their argument about, oh, you can play a game immediately from the start. But the thing is, I believe that there's an emergency patch, and that's what Rich is talking about here. Um, and that's what he's kind of upset about because, he's saying like that made him fork over the money and everything. I don't know. Do you want to watch a video and kind of, analyze it a little bit, Riley?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I could
If you,
pull it
what
up
are you?
here.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to pull it up.
Yeah, let me. Where are you, Rich? Okay, yeah, there we go.
I didn't see too much of the stream, which is why I just saw the YouTube video and what he said with that.
Yeah. Can I share my screen if you want doing this? Let's see.
We
Okay,
got
can you
something
see, Riley?
as physical media lives. I agree, Jim. I think it
Algorithm too? Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just one of those things with video games where it's understandable why it's becoming more digital. I mean, I'll give you a
Mm,
quick example. I used to play the Pokemon games back in the day, and they had a glitch basically where time-based
Okay,
events couldn't
Wix.
happen, which was like
yeah.
very important, right?
Mm,
Back then, what you had to do was you literally had to physically, modify the game in some way to fix it. So like there was a patch they had to release for this like glitch in the game basically.
yeah.
Um and it's hilarious because literally people would have to like bring it into a store or get like this physical media another piece of physical media to address the problem. The pro to the digital age now is that you don't have to do things as much like that now. You
Mm,
don't have to get like a patch in a physical format, which was, obviously it's not good. But there's a time when you had to do it, and it was a time when we weren't as connected with the internet, and it was a time where internet services were compared to now kind of a joke. I mean, I remember they had like a little like Ethernet thing on the PS2, but how many people actually used it?
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, it's kind of true though. It's kind of true, but yeah, let's see what Rich says here, See, and I'll pause. We'll see, maybe every 30 seconds, something like that. It's
Yeah, and I just want to answer Jim in the chat real quick if that's okay as
yeah,
well.
go ahead. Mm,
Yeah, so you're saying digital media favors corporations. I agree. I think it gives a lot of flexibility. I
mm,
mentioned the Pokemon kind of as like an extreme example. But for the most part, though, like games had glitches, right? But like, yeah, development cycles had to be a lot more fleshed out. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree completely with that statement, Jim. I agree completely. I think developers are allowed to put out, more I don't want to say like lazy. I think a lot of work goes in. I think it's harder on the graphics end of things now, more than ever. And unfortunately, whether you like it or not, that's like just an aspect of development now is like much more like 3D environments and a lot of different stuff. But I think a lot of unfinished projects No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk when it first came out was a joke. Even like I think of like PUBG when it was on like, like the PS4 and Xbox One, I heard it was like a nightmare. So
Yeah, no. It's
yeah, CD
it could
Projekt Red would not have survived.
be, they would not have
To answer your
survived, dude,
question.
especially with what's it called? Oh my God, dude. Okay. Because the thing is, technically, I was one of those people that had Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS4, and I played it without any updates, right? And it is playable. It's playable, but I mean, the problem is, well, it's playable. I mean, it depends. It depends on your definition of playable because the thing is, um, I was able to play the game, but it was buggy as hell. Like there were times where I couldn't do anything. I was struggling to even drive a car. But Cyberpunk's a whole different mess. It's that was. like a really big mess from the start, especially if you were on a last gen console at the time. And I think most people were considering, it was like
Yeah,
during the pandemic and there wasn't, much PS4s or PS4s, PS5s and Xbox Series X's and S's out there yet. So it's a little bit interesting and everything. But yeah, we could get to the video. By the way, I want to mention a shout out to Bayani, good friend of ours. If you listen to the music at the start of the live stream, that's from his album Heaven on Earth. Comes out December 14th, I believe, so check that out. But yeah, let's get to the video. And let's do this. Let's see.
Hello, everybody. I'm a proud Does It Play $2,000 financial supporter. Skip it up and that up. Make sure you check out my music channel where I just did an unofficial remix where I produced the beat of Conway's John Woo flick. There'll be a link to that below in the description in the top pinned comment. And also, there'll be a link to my live stream channel where I live stream almost on a daily basis. You could check that out too and sub there if you want, which if you want to after this video, because I'm sure some people are probably going to hate me. So for me, it has been an interesting 72 hours to say the least, and it all started with a video that I made a couple days ago called Thanks to PlayStation, I'm Now Pro Piracy, which many of you agreed with.
Oh,
The
shoot.
video
I don't know what happened there. I got, I'm still new to OBS, so I had to figure that out. But I actually wanted to pause there for a sec. But I just want to do a side note there for his video about the piracy video and everything. I don't fully disagree. I mean, I don't disagree with him at all, to be honest, because um have you heard about some of the stuff with Warner Bros. Discovery, Riley?
yeah, that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, we got a shout out from Christian Maldonado.
yeah,
Christian's the
Christian
goat, to be
Maldonado. He's a
honest.
great
Definitely
dude.
Christian's the goat. Great
Oh
guy.
yeah, great guy.
Um, but yeah, going to what we were talking about with that.
Mhm.
I just think that like it's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Previously, what you could go to a store, like I could
Yeah,
go to Savers right now, right, and I
yeah.
could
One
buy
sec.
like a season of a show. I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? And it's just something you can't do necessarily with like rentals or services or stuff like that, because what ends up happening is you have these companies and they're looking to maximize their profits, and I don't blame them, like the holders of the media, but that means they can take stuff away from you too, even when you've paid to buy it. Like if it's a service, it's one thing. That's my opinion. Where like you choose to pay monthly for something like Netflix. Shows are going to come and shows are going to go, and that's just due to like licensure and other stuff. I think that's fine. I think it's normal. If people can seek alternative means, you know, you have a right to not, stick with the service, as a consumer as well. I just think it's bad when you're buying something and then it's taken away from you. And they're not the only ones that do it. Even like a very popular online game service, Steam. When you're technically buying games from them, it's just a license to play the game. So you are kind of hinging on the ability for a company to be able to continue to provide you a service, basically for however long you want to use it. But I think if you buy something, you should be able to buy it a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, etc. That's good to know. Wonder why that's happening. Maybe through
Yeah.
Discord. So yeah, I don't know if you saw Christian's message.
Oh, just we can hear Riley
Apparently, I have
twice.
an echo.
Um, yeah. Let
Probably
me
through
see.
Discord.
Yeah, let me double check. Um,
Yeah,
one
no
sec,
problem at
guys.
all, Jim. Um, yeah, we're trying to expand more on the live stream end of things. Sorry that I'm echoing at the moment as well, but no, we appreciate you for tuning in. I think right now it's a really interesting time with gaming and everything in that regard. Oh yeah, no, I got you. I said question myself, so don't worry. It's it's not a big deal. But yeah, I just think we're in an interesting time right now where we're moving to this very like digital cloud based, gaming sphere. And I don't want to say just gaming. That's just where I'm knowledgeable about in regards to like services and stuff. I'm not as much of like a TV or movie guy. I know JP is a big aficionado for that stuff.
Oh yeah. I will
So
say, I
that's
will
his
say too.
sector.
I'm trying to figure out why is it doing that? That's
I
odd.
think I'm thinking maybe it's because could it be the Discord share screen that
Potentially.
you're giving me the feed from? Because mine's delayed. I can get off of that. Let me try that.
Um, that's weird. Yeah, no. But anyways, I was gonna say while we're fixing this, um, actually, Riley, I don't know if I ever told you, I had a copy of Logan on my PlayStation. I bought it originally there. I want to say it was about 4 years ago I bought it. Great movie, by the way. I'm not sure if Jim or Chris have seen it, but I love that movie a lot. And a couple months ago, when they shut down, PlayStation, whatever it's called, the not the, like all the movie services and everything. I lost that. So, like that's why that was one of the first things that made me, give more importance to physical media because it's I just feel like, it's just kind of shady how things like I get it, you have it's a license for you to not necessarily own it when it comes to digital, but that kind of shows like DRM is kind of a little BS, you know what I mean? Like that's personally how I feel because if I pay, the thing is like, and let me move my let me move here, so everyone can see my face. But the thing is like, if you don't get to fully own that game or that movie, then why are we, forced to pay, pay full price for it as if we do own it? You know what I mean? Like, if I don't own, like, say I bought Cyberpunk, I bought it on physical, but say I bought that on digital, paid that full $60, $70, however much it costs. Why? But I don't fully own it. Why do I have to pay that much to, as if I did? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a weird spot though because you have services like Game Pass that are you're basically renting out a library now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that precedent is a lot better. I think the precedent that's bad is as you're saying,
Mhm.
like again, you have a physical thing. What is someone gonna come to your house and like take it away from you? Like no,
Yeah.
like they don't care that much. Now,
Mhm.
like it's sad, but if you pirate enough, I'm sure your ISP will like. I shouldn't say it's sad because technically they're allowed to do it, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying in comparison, like if you pirate too much, they will like it's someone from like an ISP will either send you a letter or probably come to your house too. I have a friend that happened to, so
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, so
man.
he had pirated some I think he pirated mainly like Adobe products like Photoshop, and those are very expensive, and they're usually like monthly
Yeah.
subscriptions or yearly, but they're very expensive. So he
Mhm.
there literally was a lawyer that I'm not even kidding came to his house. It sounds
Oh,
like I'm making it
wow.
up. I'm really not. And he actually, I
No, I
basically
believe it.
just was told he has to like uninstall it. But
Yeah.
it must have been a heinous amount of money. Like,
Mhm.
um, yeah, it just kind of goes to show it's very easy sometimes to protect
Mhm.
property, but like also like it's even easier when they can just take it away like that. Like
Yeah.
imagine the amount of trouble you have to go to someone's house versus
Oh, yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's
I just it's not fair. I don't think with the movies and stuff
no.
like
It's not because
it.
I don't know. It's just there's just a lot with it, that's just yeah. Um, but let's keep going with Rich, because
Yeah.
I don't want to extend a 13-minute video to like 2 hours.
No,
But
of
let's
course
do it.
not. We're just doing our fair use to.
Oh
It's
yeah,
transformative. We gotta talk about
yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, especially when there's guys like XQC out here that are like, just watching the video, but there's like, no, there's like no commentary or anything, which that's a load of BS too. But yeah, let's continue watching some Rich if it lets me. There we go.
Itself wasn't an issue, but Does It Play had an issue with my video, saying that I put out misinformation that games are just coasters when you take them out of the box. If you buy a physical game, I do say that the game is necessarily just a placeholder, but they say that's not true. And you know what? They were right, and they caught me red handed. Here is a clip that they retweeted from a troll, which isn't necessarily professional of them, a known troll, by the way, of mine. Maybe you should have looked into that. You're a company that prides yourself on researching things like games. Maybe not retweet a troll. Just saying. Anyway, here's the
Can we
clip. But I will
do
pay
you mind if we
you
pause
to
real quick?
get every
Yeah.
single fucking game from the
One
store.
sec. There we go. I accidentally turned off my. I forgot that I have to do that. But go ahead.
No, you're all good. I was gonna say, I just think when I love Rich, like don't get me wrong. I just think when you're starting by saying, and I've been watching Rich for a decade, so I'm not, I don't want to sound like biased. I just think this was genuinely like a bad video for him.
Mm,
I just think when you're like delegitimizing someone, like someone could be a troll, right? And they could be there to
yeah.
like quote unquote attack your character, right? And I know Rich has those people, and a lot of those people are kind of crazy, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But what I can say as well is, like if the clip is relevant to what Rich did, regardless of who it came from, it's still relevant. Now it's up to you to, check like the veracity of it and everything, but this is a clip where you're gonna see very clearly, Rich does say something, and it doesn't matter if it comes from a troll or anyone else. They could have clipped it
Mm,
themselves. I just think it saves some effort to just retweet it from the account, but let's go ahead. It's just that comment kind of set the tone for me.
yeah.
What I feel, unfortunately, is kind of like a cope video from Rich. I love him.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough situation. I think a lot of people were getting on him about the 2 grand. It's a lot of money, even for him.
That's a lot of money, dude.
It's a lot of money, so
2K.
I get it. I would
2K
be
is pretty
upset as
bad.
well. I would be upset as well, but
Yeah.
I think I just hope Rich can dial down just a little bit, the internet beefing, because I think him
Yeah.
and
I feel like he's been in a lot of beef.
yeah, I feel like him and Does It Play like have like similar goals in mind. They could really talk this over and just smooth it over, in my opinion. So
And
let's keep going.
if you want,
Oh no,
before
you
we
can
keep
talk.
going,
Sorry.
yeah, before we keep it going, I think that like, for the most part, I think that what's her name? Does It Play? They handled it pretty well. Um, but then again, there's like he's gonna go over it more in this video. There's like a couple like NDA things or whatever. If that's true, that's kind of stupid. But like, I don't think they handled it that poorly, to be honest. I feel like this is something. I feel like there was like an RTU stream yesterday where he was talking to the people of Does It Play, and I thought it went really well. I thought it went really well, and I'm quite surprised that they like that apparently didn't. But yeah, let me get no, actually, I can keep my face up here. But yeah, let's continue watching the video. See what else he says.
That doesn't have a multi-gigabyte update. I'll pay them $2,000. $2,000. Get a game from the store, Does It Play, that doesn't require an update. Mario Wonder, okay. So technically, they were right. And even when they came on a live stream of mine, which was very friendly, technically I was right too. There are many articles out there saying that there is a plague of day one updates and that it's a problem. They're multi-gigabyte updates, but there are games that are out there that do not need updates. And even if there is a multi-gigabyte update patch, it's not necessarily needed to play the game. If you don't want to play it optimally, but you don't need the patch. The game on the disc is playable if you don't update it, if you have a console that's not connected to the internet. Well, as you saw in that clip, I said that if there was a game that didn't need an update, that I would give them $2,000. And there are games that
$2,000.
don't need
That was the
updates,
bot.
but the one they showed, they were wrong about, and that was Super Mario RPG. They said that, look, here's a AAA game that doesn't need an update day
Wait a
one.
minute.
It works right out of the box, except for the fact that it has a game-breaking bug, Super Mario RPG.
No, really. This is where things kind of hit the fan. I don't know what you think about this, but um, I don't know if it still defeats their point. To be quite honest with you, yes, there's a glitch that could prevent progress, but like it's still playable. Like there's people who have played it and they still are able to like they're not having like they just find a way. They found a way around it, and it's still playable. So, do you think like this invalidates the point of does it play, or still keeps it like intact?
So I think obviously when you're going for an example, you want to try and find one that doesn't have that gray area. But at the end of the day, like, does it play? To my knowledge, they're just trying to figure out if games are playable or not. It doesn't really matter the state. They'll mention the state so you know, right? But to their
Yeah,
point, like, playable just means that, like, can you play it? And I know that's very broad, and some people might be like, why isn't it something more? But I think the thing too is, from what I've heard with that issue, it doesn't stop you from finishing the game. I don't.
yeah,
Game breaking is like, it's kind of like not like, it's not like quite concrete.
mm,
I remember in Skyrim, like there was like when it first came out for the PS3, I remember I got it. Well, maybe like a year after, but I didn't have a patch on it still. Um, and you
it's the
could
point
actually,
of
there was like a glitch basically where you get unlimited money in the game. Now, some people would say that's game breaking, but it all depends basically if you encounter it or not. If you didn't know any better, I doubt you'd ever find it, you know? You go on YouTube and you look for it, sure. This is a little different, like, don't get me wrong. But to my knowledge, that issue can just be solved by leaving the area and leaving again. I just think the problem is, even if it was the wrong thing, you can't
yeah,
just say, "Oh, like I was right as well," because unfortunately, he showed a list of games that were all playable.
mm,
So like if it's not that, then it's another one. I'm just
yeah,
saying. Some people say put your money where your mouth is. Now, personally, I still wouldn't expect Rich to fork up 2,000. I think you can say that as like a conjecture thing. Is he
yeah.
going to do it? Like, yeah, but I don't blame, I don't blame Does It Play for their take on this. I personally think
Yeah.
they were actually pretty professional, all things considered.
Oh yeah, I
I,
agree. I still think that, it's not like anything was, it's not like they were like fully wrong though either, like that's all I'm thinking in here. Like, yeah, it's gonna need a patch because Nintendo wants to fix that issue, but like it still works without the patch. I don't think it like I said, I don't think it fully defeats their point like Rich thinks it does,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we can keep going.
Keep going. All right.
Now,
Yeah,
I
I think
know
so.
there's a workaround that you could restart the area and get through that game breaking bug, but really? Like, the example you show me to get money out of my pocket is a game that with evidence has a game breaking bug in it. Okay, I wish I realized that when you first tweeted it at me.
That I
Super
do agree
Mario
with Rich with.
RPG isn't my cup of
What's
tea.
up?
I do agree with Rich right there. That
Mm,
if you're gonna pick a thing for that much money, just make it a game where there's no like gray area like that. Like they surely have to know. I'm just saying. They do this for basically, I don't want to say a living. I feel like a lot of them might be like volunteers, and more credit to that. I don't know much about Does It Plays organizational structure, but what I can
mm,
say is this is something that you know Rich has kind of a fair point on. Now,
yeah.
I think he's blowing it out of proportion. That's the one
Yeah.
place where I think Rich was kind of like, he kind of hit the nail on the head. It's like, why this one though, of all things? But it's not
Yeah.
game breaking. He kind of overblew it. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not game breaking. Now it's game breaking. Like if you're forced to restart your save, that's to me that's game breaking. But this isn't game breaking. It's an annoyance.
Yeah.
They
Um.
still do a lot of QA on these games, so that's
mm,
sometimes why these patches come out. It's meant to actually make the experience better for the user. Now, I
Yeah.
know it opens up as well for, developers to rush things because they can always fix it
Oh
later,
yeah. Absolutely.
but that's besides the point of what we're talking about now. We're just talking
Mm,
about Nintendo, like, figured out something after, like
Yeah.
after they did QA and everything else.
Mm. So yeah, let's keep going with the video. But yeah, no, I agree with your point. Yeah, let's see more of what he has to say.
So I wouldn't have known that. Now, I'm a man of my word, and I did give them the money. That was also done on stream. You could see it. I had some issues with Patreon, but the money is now scheduled to go to them January 4th. And actually, what I said in DMs is that I would pay them via PayPal today. I would love to do it. I would love to give them the money now, one and done, know they have it, and we could go our separate ways. But they refunded my PayPal money, and they're saying they no longer want the $2,000. You saw my DMs. We're going to blur out their side of the DMs. I'm not posting DMs from anybody, but I will say what they said because it's an integral part of this video. So I technically was wrong.
Let me give
I
a quick
admit it.
pause.
I offered.
Pause.
All I want to say to that is, so you don't want to show the DMs with the person, but then you're going to paraphrase, "No offense, like I don't buy that either." Like, you just show
Mhm.
the DMs. Like, you don't need to
Yeah.
go through this. Like, it's integral, but I'm not going to show it. But you
Yeah.
also need to know what it is and trust me. Like,
Hmm.
just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
That
No,
was
I
the
totally
only
agree.
like part that like bothered me with it.
Yeah. No, like I said, we'll
That,
keep pausing whenever we had a thought or anything.
yeah.
Um,
All right, cool.
what were you saying though?
Oh no, I'm just saying again. Like I love Rich. I just think that this
Hmm.
unfortunately was like probably a recent low point for his channel, and
Oh yeah.
that's not saying anything. He's made a lot of stuff, but I do think the increased drama focus to a degree is detracting from his what I think is very entertaining comment, and he's a genuinely good guy. So
Yeah. I wish we could get him on the stream. That would have been cool. I doubt he'd
who
ever do
knows?
it.
Who
Um.
knows? Maybe after he sees this video and how I'm talking, though, he may feel
uh.
defensive.
Yeah. And again, shout out to, anyone that's watching right now. I know it's a very small audience, but I love it. If whatever audience we get, it's always cool. And I always appreciate it. It could be one person, two people, who knows. And if you like what you're seeing, if you're a first time viewer, be sure to, subscribe if you like what you see here. I'll be doing more of these for sure. And thank you, Samal, for the for the goat emoji, and thanks Brian as well.
And
Yeah.
Brian. I want to say, check out Brian Tershon's YouTube
True.
channel. He makes some great sheets videos.
Absolutely.
Samau is also a very goated man. I voted for him for our local town council position.
He got robbed.
He got robbed. He should have won.
Yeah.
Maybe they were holding out, for like, next election cycle. But
Oh
it'll
yeah.
be it'll be a good reign when it comes to fruition.
Oh man. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's do yeah, we gotta get a recount for that. But yeah, let's see what else he has to say.
The money, but after I kind of start pointing out their mistakes, that's actually what made them say, "Nah, you know what? We're good. No, well, you could keep your money." I know they'll flip it and say that I was being a spoiled sport on Twitter, but money's green. Just take the money and just don't talk about it. I have no issue with you. I appreciate what you do, and I think it's important for game preservation, even though you're just saying if the games work on disk or not, so I'm not really sure what you're preserving, but nonetheless, I still think it's a good cause what you're doing. And I just want to show you what I wrote for a receipt in the DM. Again, their side's going to be blurred out. They wanted to do a Zoom call with me. I said at the beginning, no, there's really nothing else to talk about. Why are we doing a Zoom call? I said, no, I just want a link to pay you, PayPal link to pay you. Beyond that, there's nothing else to discuss. I already have a payment set up, so I didn't go back on my word. I'd just rather have the money sent to you now than have Patreon wait a month to give it to you. Then I wrote, actually, my producer and I would like to go on a Zoom call if you're still available. So we'll get into that part in a minute. But I'd rather have it one and done with and give them the money. But they responded back with, no, we refunded your Patreon and we don't want your 2,000. But if you had me, why would you not want it? Very bizarre. And they're very weird with what they consider playable. For example, they consider Cyberpunk 2077 for the PS4, or just in any case in its original state, playable. This is what they wrote on their website. Possibly one of the buggiest.
Oh, we got an ad. Oh man. But what do you think so far, Riley?
I think with like stuff like Cyberpunk, which he's gonna get into, it's
Yeah.
definitely one of those things where like you know, how do I put it? It was a mess on launch. It's a great game now.
Mhm.
I haven't actually played it, but I've seen a lot of footage, so I can't fully talk on it. I feel, but I feel like I can do an okay job on that.
Yeah.
I just think that a game, they're just basically saying, can you play it? Like, which
Mhm.
your experience playing it can be much different than can you play it, right? Like,
Yeah.
can someone who's out of shape run a marathon? Like, or can they attempt to? Like, yeah, like, is it gonna be pretty? Like, probably not. Like,
Mm,
um, maybe that was a bad example, but I think you get where I'm going at. All they're really trying to see just can you play the game. Now, is
yeah.
it something where it's gonna be a great experience? Again, no. I in fact think that it's, to be honest, if it's gonna be that bad, it's a waste of time. But I can tell you
Mm,
myself, I switched over to PC a while ago, but there was a time where I didn't have the best computer, so if I'd want to play stuff, sometimes it was slow. It was not optimal at all. But you want to play, you play, and guess what? In that regard,
yeah.
it's playable. We'll let Rich talk a little more.
Oh yeah.
And most unstable disc build we have ever tested. Frame rate is terrible. Popping is so bad that oftentimes you'll have to stand in place for 30 seconds to wait for interiors to load, and otherwise you'll fall through the floor. They're saying this game is playable offline from the disc. It is still completely possible to finish the game unpatched, although it is highly recommended to not even attempt it unless you want an extreme patience test. So, why would you say to people that this game is playable without patches and without updates? Why would you do that? It absolutely makes no sense. If anything, by you doing this, you're encouraging developers to say, hey, if the game's broken but you could get through it, it's okay to put it on the disc. To me, if anything, that's kind of anti game preservation. But maybe with the donation that I gave you, that's in one chunk the same amount that you make for the entire month from your Patreon, you could fix
Pause.
issues like this as
Pause.
well.
Pause. It's
uh,
that's straight cope right there.
yeah.
That's straight cope. I'm literally looking at Does It Play's website right now, and they say that
Mm,
they focus on testing physical releases of games for offline playability and
mm,
checking if they require a download to play. Um, you know,
mm,
basically all they're trying to say is they check that, and then if they have bugs, they'll check that too,
mm,
and they note it very clearly. It's not like they're omitting it; they
yeah.
say it right there. Um, Yeah, I think with Rich right here as well, I think that, I think Does It Play is trying to steer away from,
Mm,
getting involved with this. I get it's not, again, it's not an optimal experience, but being able to do something is different than, being able to not at all. And like, if it said you needed an internet connection, then that's say you can't play it, but you can.
yeah. You can. You definitely
You
can.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me press play here.
And look into them deeper. I'm a proud supporter. Now, Super Mario RPG, which was the gotcha that they got evidence from a troll from, by the way, to get the $2,000 from me. Interesting one, which has a game breaking bug in it. They forgot to mention that part. And they probably knew that I'm not an RPG guy, so I wouldn't have known this. But I digress. This comes from SiliconEra.com. Nintendo announced that a patch that didn't come on the cartridge to fix the current version of Super Mario RPG on the Nintendo Switch, which an issue that could prevent progress that would be considered game breaking. The update to fix the issue is planned to release on December 2023, and the company will deliver more information about it in a later date. Now, keep in mind, Rich, that's not on their website. That's cool it's not on their website, but they came forward with a screenshot of Super Mario RPG not needing an update to get $2,000 out of me. I'm a proud supporter. They also consider Batman Arkham Trilogy out of the box for the Nintendo Switch playable. This is what they said.
By the way, to be fair, that game is very notable for not being playable. I mean, like just the Arkham series,
Yeah.
like Arkham Knight, and then this one. They are very notable for having problems on many different platforms. I just
So,
wanted to
so
say
I,
that.
I haven't played those before. I'll be honest.
Mm,
Okay. But from what I heard, the footage, Rich, this could be wrong. I saw it in the comment section, and I
yeah.
just wanted to kind of bring it up of Rich's video. You know, it was said in the comment section that the game he referenced, like that had the issue, wasn't even the game he was talking about. So, like, he mentioned the
No.
wrong game. Now,
Is
do
it,
you mind like checking that later and seeing?
yeah, I could check
Because
it
I
now
feel like
actually.
you might know.
Is
I
it
don't know.
that
I think it is the wrong game. It's just another like.
is it the like would it be on is it new or See, I will also say a lot of people are. It's funny because you couldn't tell by the dislike ratio here. He only has 120 dislikes, um, but the like dislike ratio is so completely different from the comment section over here because there's a lot of people not agreeing with Rich here at all. Um, like we got Miami Sunrise here who says, does it play? It's not just there to test games for updates and playability without updates. They're also there to be a voice, a hopefully strong one to get game publishers to put out more complete physical copies for the sake of preservation, which I know you believe in. One of my primary issues with your take on physical media, Rich, especially in many videos you have released, has been the to take the entirety of gaming's physical offering and set it into this position where no physical copies can be played through without updates. And physical media is worthless, as which especially after this interlude obviously isn't true. Does it play stating a game like the PS4 version of Cyberpunk is playable without patches because it is playable and their own description clearly states it is not a good idea. That's a part of the testing of these games. They're determining if it can be played through without a patch, but obviously that doesn't mean it's a good build if they describe as being a bad one. That's the purpose of the description of their testing. Some of the games they test are amazing physical releases, some are not, and the bad ones should not be released that way. They are trying to help the industry by doing this, and I sincerely hope they continue doing so. Also, Omar King, welcome to the chat. Thank you for viewing our stream. It's very much appreciated, man. Thank you once again. But yeah, that's from Miami Sunrise. What do you think about that, Riley?
So yeah, I think first and foremost, again, I want to give a shout out to Omar King.
Hmm.
But yeah, again, the purpose of their website is really what this I feel like this whole debate predicates on, and the purpose of their website is can you play a game? Doesn't matter the state of the game. Doesn't matter if there's glitches. Doesn't matter if the graphics aren't the way you'd like them. Yes, can that affect gameplay sometime? Absolutely. I just think right now, especially with his take on physical media, is that I think it's kind of like too rigid. You know what I'm saying? I think we have
Yeah,
to be adapting to more of a digital age. As much as I hate saying it, because I love physical media, because
I
you
love
kind of
physical
have
a
the
lot,
right as
man.
you have the right as a consumer of physical media too to like resell something, and buy something else. You're
Yes,
not always spending, $60. Part of the reason I'm off consoles now is I kind of like, I play games, but I'm not like playing games to like, spend a ton of money myself. I'm just trying to kind of relax, play like more chill things. I know it's not everyone. Some people really like their AAA releases, but
yeah.
yeah. I was able to find the comment by the way.
Hmm.
They're saying basically that they make that Rich mixed up Arkham City with Arkham Knight, which is another folly from this video, but
Yeah.
I
I
just
will
think
say the
Rich
Arkham
got every
Knight.
major. Yeah, he got every major
Yeah.
title in there, unfortunately. I
Remember,
like him. I'm gonna keep watching him. Just want to
of
leave it like
course.
that.
Yeah, remember Arkham Knight? The PC version that came out when it initially came out. I remember so much controversy about that. It was yeah, there was there was a lot going on there with that. From what I remember, um, in terms of it just not working and everything. So yeah, that's what I thought you were referring to when he said he got one game confused with the other. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's keep watching this video. And again, once again, thank you for everyone that's watching right now. It means a lot to both of us, me and Riley. Um, again, this is our first live stream, and we definitely want to do even more of these. So, well, at least if Riley wants to come on again, definitely want to keep doing this for sure.
Yeah, no, I'd be
Um,
more than down too.
Hell yeah, and we'll probably do more gaming ones too, like we're actually playing games. Might have to be Left 4 Dead 2. We'll see.
Oh,
But
jeez.
let's.
Not too good at that
Uh,
one.
neither am I. But let's keep checking it. Let's keep looking right here.
No download codes, yes, but Batman Arkham City and Knight are both stub apps on the cartridge, requiring you to download both games via an update. Both games only contain a message telling you to download the update if you boot them without it. Okay. Batman Arkham Asylum is complete on cart and there are no updates available at the time of testing. game suffers from some very frequent and noticeable frame drops when playing via docked mode. Handheld mode mostly runs okay, but there are still some occasional drops. All DLC included on the cart. And with Arkham City, even though it's not included on the cart, so it's not a complete game, it runs like crap if you are in the Batmobile. Playable. Playable.
Call off your men, Jim. Golf Oscar 5-6.
Okay, I wanted to say something quick. Okay.
Well, pause. Alright.
Okay, it looks bad. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh
gonna,
yeah. No.
you know,
Looks
struggle away
terrible.
from that.
Yeah.
It looks really bad.
Mm.
It is playable though.
It's
I
playable.
like I know it's a different debate for consoles versus PCs, but there were a lot of games I played were in that state. You know, when
Yeah.
I started PC gaming. So
Do you think Rich is Do you think Rich is, you know, thinking like, like he's saying, "Oh, the game looks bad, so that means that it's not, that it's not playable." Is that what he's like? Is that what you're thinking? Because like
I
a
think
game
we
could
guys
look
have a
bad, but it
different
could,
take on that.
yeah. I think a game could look like garbage, but it's still playable.
If I go through like some of my top games on like Steam in terms of enjoyment, I've had a lot of them are like indie releases that really didn't focus on like graphics. I know this is a little different. You know, this is more like
Mm,
a lag issue that he's pointing to, which is very fair.
yeah.
Um, lag doesn't make games fun. I think the only
Mm,
time when you have a real problem with it is when you're playing like more of like a multiplayer experience. But you know, that being said, yeah, I will agree with Rich that they've been trying to push some consoles kind of to the limit.
mm,
The Switch being one of them. It's very old hardware. I want to say the Tegra chip is like basically based on something that's almost a decade old now, architecture wise. So they always were kind of pushing it with stuff. It's still cool to see the releases come. I think with the Switch 2, you're gonna
mm.
get a lot, or whatever they end up doing. I'm just gonna call it the Switch 2.
That's what's true.
Um, I think it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
But then people
What's
like
up?
have to remember one of the major things holding back like handheld consoles right now is there's like two things: battery, which they're starting to improve on, because it's
Yeah.
just really hard to have batteries in certain like basically like you see it with the cars, like the electric cars and the charging stations.
Yeah.
Finding ways to really efficiently pack power is extremely difficult.
Mm.
Um,
It's
but I guess what I'm going back to is it's just hard also to like stuff that much hardware and make it like quote unquote handheld.
yeah.
There's been better stuff like DLSS, which has really been helping like AI generation of textures and stuff. Like it basically can predict based on what's already been used or predicts based on
Mm.
the rest of the graphics. You know what's kind of going on. And
Yeah.
therefore it can save a lot of computing speed. So
Mm.
yeah, I think basically what I'm trying to go to is like it's bad right now, but the Switch still I think was a smash hit with a lot of stuff. I do get what we're just saying. Like, would I want to play this? No, I would not pay money to play this.
Yeah.
So in a degree, he's right. But what does it play is asking. He's not correct.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. And also want to say Rodriguez Reviews says thanks for tuning in. Thanks, you can't speak, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Rodriguez Reviews is our my co-host for the podcast, Javi. Check out his channel for his
Hey,
current reviews. Yeah, shout out Javi. Um, yeah, so check out Rodriguez Reviews. He does a lot of good reviews there. But actually, recently Rodriguez Reviews and Real Rap Entertainment fully merged at this point. Yeah, so Javi did reviews on the last Hunger Games movie and The Killer, and those are currently up on YouTube right now. Be sure to check out his reviews if you haven't. They're about 5-6 minutes, so it's a little bit of your time if you have. If you have a couple minutes to spare, definitely recommend it. He put a lot of effort into the video, and I did a lot of editing too. We both put hard work into those, so be sure to check it out because yeah, it's cool. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah,
That is bad. That is bad.
it is really bad. It looks awful. This is the Switch version, right?
Yeah, it's Switch.
Man, it looks
I got
terrible.
a question. How are you preserving games with this site? I'm curious. Okay, you're telling people if a game could play off the disc, but if anything, whether you realize it or not, you're defending broken games being playable on the disc. You're saying, okay, Cyberpunk 2077, you're saying if someone got a PS4 disc of that with no updates in the future, if Sony shuts down, or on the Xbox One, it was god awful too, that's playable. Okay. All right. How, you're out of your mind. That's not playable. And you still consider that the litmus test for what passes? Mario RPG, which is the gotcha moment you use with me, has a game-breaking bug that they're releasing a patch for, and that was your gotcha moment too. Now the interesting thing in the back and forth here, and I'm not going to show DMs
Is it good
again.
if we
Things will be
Us?
blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Does It Play doesn't just focus on like current gen. I think that's where kind of like we can say
Yeah.
like it really focuses also on like past generations.
Mm.
And if you can play something based on that, because I do remember, I can't really recall any specifics, but there are certain games that you could not play,
Yeah.
right out of the box. I get their purpose. Like, I think they're kind of explaining how a game is, for people who don't have internet connections. And I think to that regard, that will encourage people to continue to buy physical, which therefore encourages people to buy games, which therefore preserves kind of physical state. Because, yeah, I do think it's important to a small degree. Because there are people, probably still, not as many as before, that don't, maybe they can't play with internet
Yeah.
if like a patch comes out or something. That being said, also though, you have to remember, like, to be fair, like, if you can access the Does It Play website, you probably fall into that category. It's kind of a weird
Yeah.
spot. Like, I don't want to reach to attack Rich here,
Yeah. It's
but yeah, I don't have too much on this actually.
yeah, I don't have too much on this one either. Let's continue.
Um, I said to them, "Hey, my editor slash producer Jay and I want to go on a call." They just said we
Shout out Jay, by the way.
want to put this to bed right now, and they want to refund all the money. When I said to them, why do you not want the money? I appreciate what you do, and I was not saying that facetiously. They replied back with this, which is very bizarre. I'm not going to word directly from the DM. Is that they can do an NDA unrecorded call with the founder of the company that no longer is part of Does It Play, which was the weirdest thing. Why does it have to be under NDA? Well, what is the problem? If everything's okay and on the up.
I do find that a little bit shady though. I do find that a little bit shady. I don't disagree with him, to be honest with you. Why does it have to be under NDA? Um,
Yeah, it's
because
tough. Maybe it's just maybe they're trying to avoid that that Twitter beef. To be fair,
that's
but
fair.
NDA is a little weird. But I think it's mainly they're just trying to get out of the Twitter
Yeah.
beef. I don't like talking about beef a ton, so it's kind of funny I'm on here talking about it. I just think there's a
Yeah.
bigger game discussion to be had out of it that we've had. But
Yeah.
it's important to kind of for context to talk
It's
about
kind of
beef.
fun talking about beef sometimes, especially as ridiculous as YouTube drama and
Oh,
everything.
it
Um,
is 100%. Like, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it isn't entertaining, but
It's pretty entertaining.
it can be a little overwhelming at
Yeah.
times.
Oh,
It,
trust me. And I will say, as much as I love Review Tech USA and I still, always support Rich and everything, um, he he does love his drama and he might not know it yet, but he does love being in drama. That man is in a lot of drama
oh,
this year.
he has to know. It's
You know,
review drama USA. Sometimes he has to know.
sometimes it can be. I think even he knows. Like he's involved in a lot of drama. Whether it be DSP or side scrollers or some people in his chat or whatever. There's always some type of drama. It's always always interesting though. I will say that.
Yeah, I think we should probably honestly, I'm cool with letting Rich finish this out. We'll talk
Yeah.
some final thoughts. Maybe we'll talk about GTA 6.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Up, why do you want me under a non-disclosure agreement? The first thing I want to say is that I rather have developers have all the time in the world so we get the most complete product possible. I'd rather have a game take years to make than be rushed because publishers want to hit a quota, make their quarter, and profit. I'm not looking to pressure devs into anything. I rather them not ever crunch, take all the time they need so we get a great product and they get to live happy, healthy lives. And the second thing is, in any other industry, would this be acceptable? I know there's recalls, but there's recalls for a reason. If a car that you got came without an engine, the car looks great. You know what? The car looks great. There's just a workaround where I buy it and then they have to bring the engine to me. Would you just accept that? Or think of any other product. If you were buying a TV and they were like, yeah, the TV, we have to put a patch in for the TV to actually run in 4K. But trust me, it's 1080p now. Once we get that firmware update, it'll be 4K. Would you accept that? No, you wouldn't. So why
Can
with
we hit
video
pause for a
games
second?
is it
Yeah.
okay?
I know I said no more pausing, but
No, it's alright. It's alright.
literally one of the most popular streaming devices, the Fire Stick, requires an update when you first get it.
Oh yeah.
So I just
No,
wanted to
yeah,
say,
that's true. That's actually true.
just
I say
saying.
that as a man who just got a 4K Fire Stick.
I literally just got one recently too, and it took a couple minutes to update, and that's cool. You don't know why
Hmm.
I'm using it for the internet. And you know what?
Yeah.
A car, for a lot of the software on a car, guess what you're gonna have to do now too with the new digital
Update.
devices, electronics.
Man,
Update it. It's just part of the time.
yeah, I
Honestly.
no, even in my car, I got, how I have Apple CarPlay on
Yeah.
my Renegade and everything. I had to update that recently, like if I wanted to drive, I couldn't even use the freaking radio, like the FM AM radio, and that doesn't even require internet, but I had to update my thing. I couldn't use GPS or anything. I had to wait for that to update, and it's interesting, I will say, especially in a car, especially those type of things those type of essentials you need. Well, I guess the radio is not essential, but like what if you're going somewhere, and you need the GPS very badly, like it is, but those are the times we live in at the moment, where pretty much everything needs an update.
Yeah. What I was gonna say in addition to that is that, you know, with all this updating as well, it's not necessarily all like bad. Like sometimes
Yeah.
updates are meant for like quality of life. Just I can't talk from like the gaming perspective of things. I can kind of talk from the software engineering aspect of things, where a
Yeah.
lot of times you can do a lot of tests and you're still gonna have those incidents where you release a product or something and there's like you're gonna have glitches. Like it's inherent. Like when you start
Yes.
working with such a large code base. Many of these games are massive undertakings,
Hmm.
Um, it's just so difficult to, get everything perfect. There was a time where near perfection was required. It isn't anymore. The problem is though deadlines are so crunched as well that you can kind of go half baked and people will still buy it.
Yeah.
To a degree. I don't want to do too much of an aside, but I was seeing recently actually Starfield, which came out less than 3 months ago, was supposed to be Bethesda's
Yeah.
huge AAA game. Biggest one they've
Super
had
hyped
since
up. Super hyped up.
biggest one they've had since Fallout 4.
Yeah.
But in development,
Absolutely.
I've heard even like a couple years after Skyrim really starting, wise like 2014, 15, it's already
Hmm.
30% off on Steam.
Oh man,
It's not even
that's
been three
bad.
months, JP. It's
Yeah.
not even been 3 months. It's got mixed reviews. Um, which I know are becoming more and more of a thing from other publishers.
Yeah. Let
I
me
just
even
it kind of felt lifeless. I've watched someone play it for about an hour,
as I go
in
on
live
Steam.
as well. Like I was with them, I was watching them play, and there wasn't as much as I expected. Um,
Yeah. As I go on
but
stream to to even check that too. Let me see.
it is 30% off though. If you look right now,
Starfield?
yeah, 30%
Oh,
off.
let's see. Oh man, yeah. Let me pull up on here. Uh
That's like not
I don't care
good.
if everyone saw my username. Friend me on Steam if you want to, or don't. I don't know. But
I mean,
yeah, this is how it's looking right now. It's May 5th, 2023. A lot of mixed reviews on PC too. And yeah, 30% off, even premium editions down to 25%. So even you got some, well, that's the official soundtrack, whatever about that. But yeah, it's yeah, that's kind of tough. I won't lie. I didn't realize that. I feel like it didn't live up to the hype, to be honest.
yeah, one of my good friends always said, "Don't trust the hype." Well, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, in all seriousness, I just think that I think it was like, you can have something that's like, you know, you can have like a puddle that's like 1,000,000 feet wide and like an inch deep, or you could have like a puddle that's like, like 100 yards wide and it's like pretty deep. And I'd rather take like the little more
Yeah.
like boxed in experience, quote unquote, because a lot of the game, from what I've heard, feels the same. It again, it feels like everything's an inch deep. So like they'll be like, "Oh, explore this planet," and there's barely any differentiation from anything else, and that's not a good thing.
No.
Like there is a
Absolutely
point
not.
where you want that quality over that quality, and I think that's where the game kind of struggles a lot. I feel like modders might be able to save things, but
Yeah.
they probably will, to be honest. That's why
Mm.
Skyrim's still thriving. Fallout 4, the mods are very extensive. I've tried them, make for very
Mm.
good playthroughs. I've never been that big of a single player guy myself.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, so but like yeah, it's really it's some really good stuff.
Yeah. Um, but it's kind of sad because I was really hoping for a lot with this game. Anyways, what if let's what well I can't speak. Let's let Rich finish off what he has to say here.
Finish up. Yeah.
Where is this helping preservation? Think about it. What is them telling you if a game is barely working like Cyberpunk 2077 out of the box, them preserving games? But you know what? Their cause is noble. I did offer the money. The offer still stands. I was willing to even give it today. And at least as of now, my payment is still scheduled to go to them on January 4th. If they refund it, it's on them, not me. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Ah, God. Oh my God. Forgot about that. As DSP staring at your soul, bald DSP. Yeah, any final thoughts, Riley?
I think we pretty much hit everything we
I
wanted to
think
hit.
so,
Basically,
yeah.
long story short, if you're gonna engage someone, especially in regards to their purpose, understand, what they're looking for.
Hmm.
If you say something on the internet, people will probably hold you to it.
Oh yeah. And they did
And
because
I think most importantly,
mm,
out of all of this is that it's a more digital age, and we need to be able to adapt to that more when it comes to game preservation.
yeah.
And I don't know how that's done exactly. I know there's things like abandonware on the PC, where
Mm,
if a game's old enough, it gets past that, any DRM someone could do.
hmm.
But again, like we see it, like it's just sad sometimes that things can't carry over. That's honestly why, a PC is one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I went to PC, because at least I own my stuff. Yes, is it a license? Yeah, it's a license, but like it's not necessarily you're owning it, but also I think Valve has had a very good
Yeah.
reputation with making sure that you.
One sec, Riley. Well, you keep talking while I come back for a sec.
All right, cool, yeah, yeah. So I think Valve just has a very good reputation. They built it up. I don't think that's going anywhere. I trust them, but then you see certain platforms where that's not the case, such as PlayStation. It's just not it's not the same, I don't think. But I think regardless, everyone is going towards a digital era, and you just need to be prepared for that. So, other than that, I think pivoting more towards GTA 6. So GTA 6's trailer released, um, and it released early. Apparently, it was leaked. I thought it was supposed to
I'm
come out
back, by
like
the way.
tomorrow. Yeah, I just
Um,
wanted to start to pivot over to
yeah.
GTA
One
6.
sec before we get to GTA 6, also, a subscriber of the chat that I know, I mean the chat of our channel that I know, he was actually yeah, he did mention that Arkham City just got updated actually, as we were talking about it earlier. So that's kind of
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Yeah.
It is that way.
Um, hey, look, Phil's on, by the way. Uh, I could go all RTU streams and just see what Phil's doing, but no. I don't want to actually no. I do have DSP in the name of this chat, so but anyways, let's go GTA 6. Yeah, no, it was leaked from what I heard it was dude, there okay. The thing is and I get it because it's such a big game, but and I'm trying to fix my hair, but still a freaking mess. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Um the thing is with GTA 6 is like, dude, you cannot like, it's so there was so hard to not leak that game, and so many people have leaked it. Like last year, about a year ago, there was that like gameplay footage of GTA 6. I don't know if you remember that.
I
Lots
do.
and lots
I
of
do.
leaks, and then recently someone might have leaked some some gameplay of it, or more gameplay of it, or at least like some of the textures of the game, from what I remember. But then and then, last but not least, they announced that the trailer would be coming out, and I can't show any gameplay footage or gameplay trailer footage because they're really flagging down on people right now for showing it. I don't know.
I
It's
can
weird in
imagine.
yeah, it's weird in a live stream. I don't know. I don't know why. They would probably like I would think they would be cool with people reacting to it, but whatever. It's probably going to be the most streamed thing on you. Let's see how many likes it. I saw at the bottom down here. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I had a lot of views.
29 million views. That's crazy in
Which
just
is
4 hours.
I actually saw it. I was at the gym.
Yeah.
I was at the gym today, and I
Mm,
was with Peter, and someone messaged me saying that it came out. So I looked, and he was literally on the machine, and I showed it to him.
yeah. By the way,
So
I just want to mention Jim's chat. Jim says, maybe not essential, but they nurtured and developed this reliance on technology that is inconsistent. There is reasonable expectation that appliances work when you turn them on.
yeah.
Just about the other thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I think I didn't see that. So good job shouting that out, JP. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. It's definitely one of those mixed bags. I think it depends on what you're looking for. I think with entertainment, you can get away with it more. We've seen it with movies, director cuts. I'm sure JP could talk about that. Video games, they have updates, they have patches. I'm myself am like a very much more like I like things like when they're working in order when I get them personally.
Hmm.
But there are some people, and patience is, I think, part of it, where they would rather have something that, people like having stuff quickly, especially in our society. I can think about it like, we went from, I mean, I'm not that old myself, but,
Yeah.
with like with eBay, I remember it would take weeks to get something. Now with like Amazon Prime, which I'm just saying, can you imagine how expensive a service would have been like that, like 10 years ago, even?
Yeah.
Um, it's quick and it's scary quick, and I think it gives us the expectation that things should be given quickly
Hmm.
to us. And I think the thing is, like, these companies want to get things like that quickly to us, and it's not really
Yeah.
fair to developers and stuff like that. I do agree with Rich on that regard.
Hmm.
Um,
He's really getting ragged on in his own comments too.
yeah,
I never.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I just think it's an important take to
Yeah.
understand. Just that,
I won't say it's
you
a
know,
dead horse at the moment. If we were talking about this like 2 weeks from now, yeah, it's a dead horse. But I just
no, it's
never
very
seen.
much raw right now.
Yeah, I never seen like a whole like this like ratio thing, be completely different from the comment section because like I said, if you could see the likes and dislikes alone, you'd think people were agreeing with him, but then you look at the comments and it's just a lot of people like they're saying Rich finally learning the disc can hold indeed hold the 1.0 version of games and all this other stuff. Hopefully we'll see my more live reports on your L's, Rich, all this stuff. Like there's a lot of people that are totally against Rich right now. Do I blame them? I don't really think so, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like I totally see why. Um,
there.
but
There's
yeah,
like the bias, right? So
yeah,
like it's like when you look up reviews on something, right?
mm,
A lot more people with negative experiences are typically, gonna say something about it
yeah,
than positive. Like not in a bad way. Like it really depends on the thing. If you
mm,
love something enough, you'll definitely go out of your way. But if you like it, you won't. If you
yeah.
dislike it, you probably will. And if you hate it, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will. I'm not saying it's 100% of the time, but it's definitely just something to something to
Yeah,
just keep an eye on. Just kind of
absolutely.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
but
sorry,
yeah,
I will admit I am we got a little bit of Monday Night Football going on, and we got
oh yeah, I was looking at that too
going on
because
right now.
my fantasy football team right now. I'm my heart is racing right now with my current
Yeah,
score. My fantasy football team guys, but I'm currently winning 119 to 106. So earlier I was down by like 10 or something like that, and it freaked me out a little bit. But it seems like Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Jake Browning they got their stuff together tonight, and they figured everything out. Um, Especially because they've been struggling for a bit. It's good for me. I need this win, and you did your part by beating one of our friends in there. And so yeah, that helped tremendously,
bit of a loss, yeah.
tremendously.
No, 10 in a row is not skill anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm going to NXT Deadline this Saturday, the first ever WWE pay-per-view I'm going to. So, be sure to check out my channel for maybe some content about that. I might post some entrances and everything. We'll see.
Okay. Get
It's
the
gonna be
shorts
fun.
rolling. I heard the
Yeah.
shorts are like good for engagement and stuff.
Yeah, the CM Punk one I had from last week, it's at like 4.5 thousand, which is great, you know. I love getting more engagement like that on my channel, you know. Like I'm really grateful for how much it's grown in the last 2.5 months, you know. To see where we're at is like phenomenal, you know. Makes me really happy. We've worked really hard, and to see that we're getting a decent amount of views per video is warms my heart, warms my heart. So thank you guys once again, and thank you guys for being a part of our first ever live stream. We're still continuing though. I hope it doesn't sound like we're ending, but yeah. With the GTA trailer though, what do you think of it, Riley?
Yeah, so I think I was kind of expecting one of those like like Elder Scrolls 6 trailers where
Yeah.
there wasn't too much going on. I thought some interesting emphases, particularly like with like I maybe it's just part of the trailer,
Mm,
but you saw pretty well like there was like it seemed like there was like a social media integration. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To everything. When they were showing stuff. I think personally it's gonna be a good game. Well, I get it. I don't really typically get a lot of AAA
Mm.
titles as is. Oh, we got DSP up right now? Or
Yeah. Want to
am I
see what Phil
wrong
was
here?
doing?
dry rushing and doing random
Uh,
moves, and they also
okay.
suck
Yeah.
for some reason, right?
Alright,
But
but
Um.
very fucking
But
flashy.
yeah.
Getting
going
lucky
back
with
Wait.
to
certain touchdowns, and like, dude, I
okay,
just
I'm
can't get
sorry, I
along
have
with
to
him. He
mute
just
this.
gets lucky.
I'm sorry.
Like
Is he getting
it's like
upset?
a fight. I want to hit him from under the side moves, and every
Yeah,
Hold
time I
on.
so
try to do like an angled punch, I end up
basically
getting the
Sorry. I had to
with
see.
with GTA 6,
Oh.
I think that there's a lot left for us to see. Notice how it's in trailer one as well. I think that's just very much more like an overview trailer. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of. They start
Mm.
trying to get you hyped. They're not going to show too much gameplay. It looks
Yeah.
interesting. I will say, Vice City, which or yeah, that's where it's taking place.
Mm.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. It's just feels foreign. I just feel like I've gotten used to Los Santos.
Yeah.
Um, but I kind of like also am wary with Rockstar with microtransactions and stuff.
That's
Like
fair.
I feel like it's kind of gonna be like a hell. Like I enjoyed GT Online for the sandbox it was for the
Yeah.
game modes you could create. Right. I wasn't really a huge fan of like per se GTA Online for the like it was cool you could get items. Like there was a time when like it made sense. Then things just scaled out of control.
Yeah.
Um, I think the single player experience is going to be top tier. They showed that they
Yeah.
can still do it with Red Dead Redemption 2, despite Red Dead Online being honestly kind of a joke.
Yeah. I
Um,
have a friend, by the way, who I'm not gonna mention him by name unless he wants to. I know he's watching, so if he wants to, if he wants to talk in the chat about it, I know one thing he's a little bit upset about when it comes to GTA 6 is that he might be worried. He's a little bit worried that with GTA Online, like he's had a lot on there, but now he's probably gonna have to, you know, like he's probably gonna lose everything he's built up in the last 10 years, and that's true. It sucks, but
I
I
don't
wish
think
it
they're.
was.
I just don't see it, man.
Yeah,
I don't see them carrying over stuff.
I
And
wish. I wish.
I, y'all know what I think it is. It's like
Yeah.
the FIFA syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's the FIFA syndrome where you have a game where if you let everyone have everything to start, then
Mm.
like you got to find a way to make things more and more and more and more OP, and I think it just reached
Yeah.
a point where it's, in my opinion, it's ridiculous. I don't
Yeah.
play it. I own it on PC. Like, don't get me wrong, I played it a bit on PC, a lot on Xbox.
Mm.
It was fun. It was fun getting stuff. It was fun doing missions. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
also I just think that starting from fresh is probably what they're gonna do. I just think they make more money that way. You know what I'm saying as
Uh,
well. And I hate saying it, at the end of the day, it's a business.
yeah.
What would, like, if you're Rockstar, what would you do?
Mm.
If I'm Rockstar, I'm restarting everyone from scratch and really controlling things this time
Yeah.
because I know what I can get away with. It's unfortunate. I hope they don't do it, but I could
Mm.
totally see it. And I think with
Yeah.
how badly Red Dead Redemption Online was perceived, I'm extremely curious if they're going to
Oh
continue because people will
man.
still play it. That's the thing. People are
Yeah.
still going to play it. The online, whether it's a good or a bad product, hopefully Rockstar delivers.
Yeah.
Hopefully single player isn't half baked.
Mm.
Single player wasn't half baked because online was an afterthought when it was created.
Yeah.
But now online is very much like going to be a centerpiece. I can't see it not being a centerpiece of the game.
I agree. Can I just say the trailer also looked great? Like it looked like Miami in real
Oh,
time. There was a lot of twerking in that.
yeah,
But
but that's like also like a staple, you know?
yeah,
It's a staple of
this,
like GTA, the strip
yeah,
club, etc.
because
I
it's
have no
all
problem with it. It's an
the
underrated game.
no, it's not just that. Like it's a satire, of course. Like that's always what it's been. It's been a satire of how of America, and the culture and everything
Oh yeah.
of it. That's the whole point of the game. I know there's some people who don't get that, and that's fair. You might not get it at first glance, but like the more everything is really over the top of that game. Once you play it, you are like, okay, this is unrealistic and everything. It's supposed to be over the top. It's supposed to be kind of is disgusting the right word? Maybe. It's supposed to be kind of just like, trashy a
Just like
little bit.
vulgar.
Vulgar, yes. Vulgar, trashy. Like that's what makes, GTA GTA. Um Otherwise GTA wouldn't be what it is, what it is.
Yeah,
Um
I'm with you.
but yeah. I think it looks good, It looks pretty good. I like what I see. And the thing that shocked me the most is 2025 is the release date in around somewhere around that year. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I thought it was gonna be 2026. I thought it was gonna be more than that. To see that
It's
it's
victory.
actually, yeah,
It's victory.
to see it's only 2025, just
It's
a
not that far away.
like a one maybe 2 year wait on depending when it comes out. Not bad.
Todd Howard. That's like Todd Howard waking up from a sweat. I mean, it's gonna be like 15 years till Skyrim comes out for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And then you have
but
2025 is looking great, dude. I kind of wish we could just skip 2024, go to 2025. I don't
nah,
know.
man, nah. I'm getting
You don't
older
think
and
so?
older. We'll take our time. We'll take our time.
No,
If I
but
don't
like
get older, sure, but
that's what I
that's not
mean.
how it works.
Nah, that's what I mean because I don't know what to look for in 2024, but in 2025, I'm looking forward to everything, in terms of movies and, oh, I guess movies. Actually, that's a lie. Forget what I said. I am looking forward to some movies in
Well, I think there'll be
2024.
some big stuff down the pike. You know,
Yeah.
uh, what I
2025 is
will
going to be
say,
amazing.
what I will say is, with gaming, another reason that I've kind of nurtured, and they're getting better with it on consoles, but like the
Mm,
whole like Steam just has such a wide library of games.
yeah.
For not that expensive either. Like, to be
Mm,
honest, with the sales and everything else.
yeah.
I just think that with consoles, but we're gonna disagree on this because I know you like your
Hmm.
consoles.
I love my consoles.
Yeah, but like a gripe for me is like that the prices are controlled by the storefront
Oh, I
more
don't
so than
disagree.
exclusive games.
I don't
But then
disagree with
again,
that.
like it's not all that I'm saying for the major games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just interesting to me.
Yeah.
I uh I don't know. I don't know why like the console shifts for me as well. Like I don't know. I just feel like
Mm,
I don't know. I like being able to like have like internet or whatever I want up. I'm
yeah.
not saying you can't do that. Your PS5, I've been over. It's a great example of really how
Oh, yeah.
far they've gotten. It's much more of
It's
a
gotten really
productivity,
far.
setup now. Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
really has. It really has.
Oh, man,
So
I can't.
I don't wanna crap on I don't want to crap on it because that's not
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do. I will say I get a little more wary with certain things and certain practices that they only do to console people, like
See if
remasters.
this works.
Remasters are what? Remasters are just mainly
Yeah.
out there. one console you would need to plug it in to play it.
Oh man,
That's where like it's stuff like that. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Frames on my camera right now are kind of bad. Oh, sorry. I just noticed on the side.
No, you're
It
good.
looks
No,
terrible. It was doing well, but
this
no.
is the first stream for real rap, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
This
I
is
like it.
this is cool. And I mean, this is the start, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll figure things out more down the line. But yeah, let's end the night with some Phil if you're done.
Phil,
Um,
all right. I don't know much about Phil, so I'm just gonna hear what
dude,
you're
okay.
prepared for this topic.
I will say I didn't really like. I heard DSP for I've heard of him and everything for the longest time. Trevor Lawrence is out of the game.
He is out of the game. Yes,
What happened? I haven't really been watching
he
this game.
a lineman stepped on his ankle and then he fell out backwards
Dude.
onto his ankle, so he like re-aggravated it.
Oh
So
man.
he is done for the day and
Yeah.
probably a couple weeks from what it looks like. I'm not a doctor. Great
Mm,
channel Albert showed me, the fantasy doctors. They
mhm,
go over injuries and stuff like that in fantasy. I have a
yeah.
quick question for you, kind of live on air, which is probably
Oh.
weird, but I'm still gonna ask it. Um,
Got it?
have you guys explored looking more into like the sports realm of things? Could be also a place I could cover. I would be willing to
A
cover
little
some
bit. We've
streams.
done a little bit of sports stuff on here, but not nothing too, nothing too big. But I would kind of love to get into a little bit more, but we'll see. I might say there's a couple things I want to save for live stream, so maybe I'll do that. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with it.
No, of course.
Um,
No, I just want to ask. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Jim's crying in chat over Trevor Lawrence.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Oh
not
man.
thanks for
Oh,
tuning in, by the way.
yeah.
Seriously,
Shout out to
I
dude. We've had 25 different people come on this stream tonight, and that
great.
makes me happy. Thank you to the 25 people that have gone on stream today. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
You
Um,
know, JP's put in some serious work to this channel, so I want to
mm,
shout out you because seriously, dude, I know how hard you've been working on this, and I think things are coming around, and diversification of content's good, and
oh Riley, I'm so scared right now.
we're just here to entertain right now on what
Oh
is
yeah,
a pretty pleasant Monday night, at least for me. Like in regards
yeah.
to the day and everything else, like I actually feel pretty good
Oh, I'm
for a
so
Monday
terrified
after
right now,
work.
dude.
What's up?
No, no, please don't pass it to ETN. Oh, oh, thank
Are
God he
you
didn't. He
really
didn't.
close in your matchup?
I mean, it's not really close. It's 100. Yeah, it's 109, 110. I feel like a touchdown from ETN or Ingram here can mess things up for
Yeah,
me badly. Um, let's see. Come on, come on, CJ, please don't.
I'm a little behind you, I think.
I really hope they don't go to overtime,
Okay,
dude.
we're on a stream to be fair. We probably
Yeah.
should still but
No, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, we're on the stream, but yeah, DSP gaming. Uh, some people might say he's a jerk. Others might say he's a lolcow. Some people might say he's Phil, and he's just a man. Rich says that. I gotta stop copying RTU streams sometimes, but I will say, ever since I started watching Rich again, because for a while, I wasn't really into too many YouTubers. Maybe like two or three. But also because because of my schedule and everything. Last year with college was tough. To watch some
You were
YouTube
busy.
videos. Yeah,
I
I
was
was
busy, but
really
you were busy.
busy. I was really, really busy all the time, man.
Absent
Um,
camp was like 10 hours a day, and you were like,
but yeah, Phil, uh, you know, recently, ever since I got more into YouTube, and also been watching RTU streams and everything, um, I've learned more about the man that is Philip Burnell here. Um, I know you know a couple things. This man spent, and Jim, if you're still here, and whoever else is watching, and whoever, yeah, like this man has spent $100,000 on a WWE mobile game called WWE Champions.
better
A
be a good game.
thousand dollars
Better
on a
be a good
mobile
game if you're spending
on a
that.
mobile game. On a mobile
That's
game.
unacceptable. That's ridiculous. It's just like that's just like such a like I don't care what people say. Like it's just ridiculous. Like
Yeah. And
it's kind of sickening to be honest.
he's a locale because some people No, not some people. I'm sorry. Because okay, there's just a lot to unpack with Phil. When it comes to Phil, a lot of people, a lot of people like to like he always like is the type of person like I don't know if I could go on chat like his live stream right now, he's probably not doing it, but he will you know hate on people for talking about something completely different in chat. Like he acts like a middle school teacher, bro. Like you know if you're not talking
Almost
about math,
yelling at him. Almost yelling at him.
if you're not talking about math, he will talk about like he will you know he'll be like talk about math. You can't talk about all this other stuff and everything. I think that's the best way to put it.
Oh, so like I'll give you an example. If he's doing a stream on what looks like Mortal Kombat, let's say you talk about
Street
the Dead
Fighter.
Space 6 trailer, he's like, he'd be like, oh no, you can't talk about that right now. It's like GTA
Yeah.
6. I know it just came out, but we got to be talking about what I'm doing in my stream.
Yes.
Okay, I got
And
you.
then he'll block people, and when people are members and they want to get shouted out, he'll be like, "Oh, hey guys, this guy's become a member." And just stares at the screen like that, and then just kind of mock them and everything. Like he hates his fan
He's
base.
evil. You could say he's
he,
evil.
he he's not evil. He's just an idiot. I think
No,
that's the
that's
best way.
what I think. So like when I say
Yeah, he's
evil,
not. He's not. He's not evil at all. He's just a plain old idiot, man. Like I won't lie.
is he sick? No, he's sick.
He's just. Oh man, I don't even know. There's a lot to unpack from him, but like basically, he's had this. He's had a PC for 10 years, right? I'm pretty sure he's still on Windows 8, and he apparently had a lot of I'm just scratching my head here because I'm trying to think. What's the right word? He's had a lot of problems. Well, let's listen to some of your down Riley. And it's funny. I don't there's a lot of people like, there's duty streams, there's DSP tries it. There's a lot of people who just can't who they just take stuff from Phil's live streams and, make it everything. I kind of love it because, like I said, there's a lot to unpack with this dude and everything. So much to unpack. So let's uh let's check it out with this intro you might love, Riley. But modern warfare is in the way.
Video
Okay, let's
experience.
see.
Phil, your days are done.
Well, I
We
need to
know that you've been committing tax fraud, and we are going to get you. Ha ha ha. What happened last night was I filmed 2 hours of this React content featuring Casey.
Yeah, I don't know if you can notice this. The snow is the snow is there, Riley. Like he does put snows. Like this is what I mean. Like if you watch his stream, like especially at the beginning, you will see that it is so 2009. He has not updated anything for years. He's still on Windows 8, Riley.
Jeez. I've worked at IT before though, and
Yeah.
I've seen computers on Windows XP that are like
Yeah.
like the state I live in, like computers for them, like
Yeah.
for like literally like judicial branch for like
Mm.
for I've seen them at a judicial branch when I wasn't working, but I've seen PCs running old stuff. Like
Yeah.
Windows 8, I have seen at the university I worked IT at.
Right. The thing is, also, but like I feel
7
like
is slow.
I
7 is
feel
slow.
I feel like as a streamer though, you have to put in the work to update your stuff and like, you know,
You know, is it
it's
just
your
an
job.
apathy thing? It's just like getting down, kind of like an apathy thing. I don't want to bash on him, like seriously.
No,
Like
honestly,
I just
dude,
feel like
I did reach out to Phil for an interview. That's the thing I didn't tell you. I don't think he's gonna do it, especially because of the AI DSP video I made. Um, but uh, I don't hate the guy or anything. Like I just kind of find him interesting. Like I find him really, really interesting. There's like I said, there's a lot here to unpack with him. I have spent so much of time just like kind of researching him and everything because like I enjoy his stuff. I won't lie to you. Like I enjoy his stuff because he's just kind of interesting. Like for the wrong reasons, yes, but he's interesting. He's kind of interesting to me just because like I said, there's so much to unpack with him and everything. Like I would love to have him on for an interview. I really would. I don't think he'll ever do it because, like I said, we're only a channel, 158 subscribers and everything. But maybe like with WFCS Radio, since we're affiliated with them because of for our podcast, or so we could get this guy on.
That'd be
I
something.
don't know.
That'd be something.
Like we have since because of our affiliation with WFCS, like it's not like we don't have like a somewhat decent platform. So I did send him an email, and a Twitter DM. Will he ever respond? Probably not. Like I said, he's also just annoying to get in contact with. Even Keemstar had such a hard time contacting him for the Locale podcast. Which, by the way, have you seen anything about the Locale live thing?
No, not really, to be honest.
It's kind of like banking on the success of that Boogie 2988 documentary, which was like probably it was a good documentary, but it just made me think that Boogie is really just super pathetic. Um, Man, I wish we I wish we watched that live stream. It was an interesting thing.
Oh,
But like, I didn't really care much for Boogie before that or anything. Like I was like neutral with him. But like after that documentary, I was like, I'm just like, okay. I see why people really don't like this guy because he's kind of a jackass. Like he's kind of a jackass. But yeah, let's watch this film video. Let me stop talking here. This is how we end the night.
Pop stuff for Slayer. These pose where they go like that. All right. So the
What
first
was that?
hour, I cut it into 2 hour increments on purpose.
What
Because
was
on
that?
purpose, if I made a 2 hour video, what happens if that video gets blocked? What happens if there's an issue with the video? The whole thing's screwed. I got to start over. So I said, I'm going to do this in 1 hour increments. Okay. So the first hour of content, I get uploading to YouTube. And once it goes live, okay, on YouTube, this thing gets flagged more than any video I've ever uploaded to YouTube before. Even more than my own react show, where I'm reacting to so many clips in a single episode. Oh, this thing got hit.
Okay, the other thing too, Riley, I forgot to mention is so this guy, he kind of just does everything all at once. He has this podcast called the Level One Podcast, and then he has this other thing called the Daily Rap. It's all pre-stream stuff, and then he has the actual stream. But I'm not sure why he does that because he'll record and be live at the same time, and he does different.
really?
Yeah, like he record. Yeah. Let me pull up his YouTube channel right now. Let's see. DSP Gaming YouTube. As you can know, because he live streams. As you can see, if you go on his live though, he never ever saves his live streams. The last one he saved was from a year ago. Um, he always just puts it on here, and it barely gets views, as you can
So
tell.
is
Well,
that
some
why
things that
his
went up.
views look lower? Is that why
Yeah,
his views you think look lower?
it might be. There's like a couple things in the see. It's not that these are like these views like people are watching, but like to like if this was like my YouTube channel, this is perfect for me, Like this would look beautiful. I would love to have these views on a consistent basis, Like we do make it to the hundreds a lot, but we have a lot of videos in like, the double digits and everything, which is fine because like I said, we're a smaller channel. For me, having double digit views is a win. Like I love seeing views in the double digits, whether it's 20 or 30 or 40, whatever. But then you look at a subscriber count, 208,000 subscribers, and you gotta think, man, that's really bad for a channel. Like 208,000 subscribers. That's awful for a channel that, right here, it's like he's getting the same views that someone with like 1K would get. He is really, like, I do one, and I don't believe he's partnered with like AdSense, so I don't think he gets ads on his videos or gets any revenue from them.
Wait,
So,
what?
yeah, because he did say like I think he said if he did that he'd feel like he was a sellout. It was either that and sponsors too, I believe.
No, dude. I mean, I respect it, but that's like too much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
especially
Yeah,
when
you
streaming
probably
is
actually
your
get
main
like,
job.
but geez, like no, like dude,
Yeah,
I get it. Like everyone else is doing it.
yeah,
You know?
especially.
Damn, I sound like I hate Rich and I love DSP and like no, I love Rich. It's just way the night's gone, I guess.
Because the thing is, like with Phil, is like he, you know, like he always has his tips goal and everything, but he's been doing badly. Like he will have a $50 tips goal and he fails to reach it in so many hours of streaming and everything. Like he'll only get like $40 or something like that. And it's like you got to think, man. Like why wouldn't you take advantage of the ad revenue you could get? You know, like you got people watching your videos, everything. Like why wouldn't you take advantage of that ad revenue? Because
You
like
have to.
this is it's one thing if he had like another job and YouTube was just a side thing where he's just like, yeah, I don't really care, it's whatever, like I just want to do this for
Your life,
fun.
right?
Yeah,
Not in a bad
but
way, but
this
it's your
is
life.
this is his life, this is how he makes his money,
I
this is
should say
his
it's
main
it's
source
his
of income,
livelihood. It's his livelihood.
and he's pretty much been his life, dude, because all he did 6 days of the week he's live streaming all day pretty much. He says he only sees his wife for 2 hours of the day.
Yeah, I'll say I did see a wedding.
Yeah. Like that's like when you're doing that, man, and like you're struggling to get all these tips and everything, so you gotta take advantage of it. You gotta get sponsorships, all that stuff. Why wouldn't you? That's
Oh,
your
you need to.
it's your
You have very
job,
little to save. You have very little
Yeah.
to save.
Forget selling out, man. Do what you gotta do to make that money. I just don't get it, I really don't get it. Um I respect his opinion on it. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably you and I are probably gonna be the more we're probably gonna be more like neutral about this topic in terms of feel like because like others like I feel like other people just like hate on this dude and like he's giving them a reason to kind of do that because of some of the stuff he's done, but like I'd like to take a more neutral stance on DSP. Um
Yeah, Bricks,
because
I
I
feel
get
like
it.
I still was objective with too. It's just
Yeah.
YouTube's a bad take. Like I'm allowed to
Oh
disagree.
yeah. With DSP, I mean, I'm just talking about like DSP in general. Though. When most people talk about him,
Oh, of
like
course.
they talk about how he's a lolcow and everything, all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, he probably is. But like I want to like take a nicer, like good approach with him. Will we make fun of him a little bit when he messes up? Probably, but like I don't want to be like super disrespectful to the guy or anything because I personally like I just wish he would figure out something where he could realize like his channel's not the same like it used to be. He's not getting all these tips. He needs to find ways to make money because the thing is like if he wasn't like complaining about it on a constant basis like that then it's a
That's the
completely different
issue, though. You
story.
can't complain and then
He's complaining on a consistent basis. That's a problem.
sometimes complaining requires work.
Yeah.
You
Let's
know what I'm
see.
saying? Like if you complain about something, it requires work to fix it.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see more here.
By like
I
10 claims.
What's up, bro?
I was just saying I not in a bad way. I do have work tomorrow, so I'll probably have to. I might have to jump off before the video is completed. Just as a heads up.
Yeah, I think I might be on for like 10 more minutes or something like that. And I get a little bit tired, and I got some stuff to do tomorrow. But
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll go 10 more. We'll go 10 more. I'm
yeah,
fine with
man.
that.
Yeah, like 10, 15 more if that's cool. Like I would say
Yeah, that's
like
cool. But
before.
yeah, no, I don't want to cut it early. It's been a great
Yeah.
time. Just
Oh yeah, this is cool. We definitely gotta do more. But
yeah.
yeah. Let's not waste any more time. Let's see this.
Okay? Oh, yeah, content ID! Content ID! Content ID alert! The other option is I want to trim my video to remove the specific content in the video that YouTube is claiming is causing it to be blocked. All right? So there were 3 completely different segments of the video that it was claiming was someone else's content and needed to be removed. So, first I did the first one. That one took about 30 minutes to remove. Then I went to the second one, okay? And I had that starting to remove. Now, in the meantime, when I'm doing that, I'm doing all this other work too. So I've got this other video, the second video, okay? So I go to upload it, and it's not working. I said, what the hell's going on? So I go to play the video. Oh, no. The video has corrupted. I love it. I love it. Okay? Now, in the last year, I've had on and off problems with video corruption, and I've looked into them to figure out what the source is. It's actually OBS. At first, I thought it was my PC getting.
Which, by the way, I am using OBS at the moment. Pretty good
I've used it
platform.
before.
I like it. It's really good. Yeah, this is the first, not the first time. I actually recorded the last podcast with OBS. Looks really good. I enjoy it a lot. And I will say, I really do disagree with him here. But yeah, let's keep watching.
old and portions of that hard drive were corrupting. It's actually not the case. The problem is OBS itself. Last year, OBS had an update, and the update changed a lot of features and actually made a lot of features better, but also created a big issue with video corruption. All right? Now, since then, OBS has updated, but I can't get the newest updates because I use Windows 8 and OBS is no longer supported by Windows 8. So any updates they do don't apply. So they updated my OBS.
Which is why he needs to just update, dude. Like that's their issue. The thing is, if it's affecting your work and everything, just update. Do you know? Like this is. It's not like he's using Windows 8 like to just like do like some whatever work on there. That's like he's using it for streaming. This is his job.
Sometimes there are cases where there's certain software that was designed for an older operating system, so that's why you'll like keep the reg, at its current,
Yeah.
state, current operating system. But we have a case right now with that where like, like with him, he's using this online, he's using it regularly for streaming. He really just for a security,
Mm.
thing should have it at 10
Yeah.
or at least if not 11. I have Windows 10, so I shouldn't say it's
Mhm.
10 11 or I'd be a hypocrite. But yeah, for the when it comes basically long story short to applications you need, yeah, you
Mhm.
probably should update your OS even if it requires you to take some time off. If I
Yeah.
would fail and I know it's like kind of like a business expense, I probably set up a second rig,
Mhm.
slowly set it up in the time I'm not streaming, and then just be ready to transition to it. And if there's some speed bumps, I'm sure people will understand.
Yeah. I
So
don't know.
because losing one of those videos, like he
Mhm.
did, like exporting wise, corruption
Yeah.
wise, or anything like that, or any
Mhm.
glitches he's having with anything, because I think
Yeah.
that's what it actually was.
Mhm.
Like that's more time wasted than at a certain point than if you don't update your OS.
I agree. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't know what he's doing here. But yeah, he just, like I said, when streaming is your full-time job and everything, this is where you make your most money. You got to put in the work. You got to put on the improvements to make your stream the best possible to make people watch your videos and everything. That's something I'm learning myself as, I keep learning to make video, to the YouTube algorithm and how to get more viewers and everything, how to get people into your stuff, like I want to figure out getting more, I bought like this mic a couple months ago, actually a month ago, because I noticed that like, like just audio from my computer is not going to cut it, especially in, the state we're in with YouTube right now, where, people want to see like good quality stuff. I mean, that's just in general in life. Um, like I what's the right word I'm trying to say? I'm just always looking to improve my stuff, as my channel keeps growing
Yeah,
and growing more.
it, it's not about like per se like having like elite like like equipment. It's about having equipment that gets the job done that also
Yeah.
doesn't like impact your workflow.
Hmm.
That's my opinion. Like there is a reason why people like with certain jobs, let's say you work from home, like there's a reason why people will buy like that chair that's good for your back because you don't get it. Sure, you save money, but then your back's ruined. Like there
Yeah.
is reasons. Like you get what you pay for with certain things. He
Yeah.
really should be updating his OS. And if it's because his computer can't handle it, it's part of his job. No
Mhm.
offense, you can spend that much money on WWE champions. You can spend money on your
Yeah.
job.
Oh yeah.
That's my like case in point with him.
That's what I was gonna say too. Also, crazy game ran out in overtime. Um, Potential Evan McPherson field goal kick. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But let's continue watching
That
Phil.
definitely cannot show for copyright
Oh
reasons.
yeah, no,
So
my YouTube would be
that would
terminated at this point.
even if you
But
mirrored it, you're not supposed to do
yeah.
that. So
Oh yeah.
Gave me this issue with file corruption, and then updated it later, but said, "Oh, you can't get the update because we made it so that we don't. It doesn't work with Windows 8 anymore." What a bunch of assholes! What a bunch of dick suckers!
is he actually getting that mad?
All right.
What's up?
Is he actually that mad?
Yeah, he is.
Is he serious right now?
He is serious right now.
Oh,
This is
good dude. don't have to support legacy legacy software like that. Like, or no, really, yeah, it's legacy fucking software. Oh,
See,
excuse me.
they have all their updates by the way from like 2014 still on, online.
Yeah.
So they're still supporting legacy hardware. Like, you could always go back to a 2014 update if it's not working best for your software. I don't know why he just doesn't do that. No, I don't know. But yeah, the welcome to Phil. Welcome to Phil Rally. uh oh wait, no, Riley, it's your F bomb slip is whatever. Because I
Okay,
saw your text right
I
now.
don't know where this content is rated, so I didn't want
No,
to make it.
this
I didn't
is
want to make it.
I've been, when it comes to like live streaming videos, like I will say my profanity levels have gone very low, especially from the second episode of the Real Rap podcast, where I was just swearing up a storm because of how fucking terrible Expendables 4 was. But yeah, this is pretty. I'd like to keep this pretty uncensored, just let us
Oh, that's
talk
fine.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
So back in the day, I was on Linkmon 99 stream because I used to actually live in
yeah,
town, and I used to be much more in touch than I am with them now.
yeah,
But like those streams were towards like children, so like it really had to
yeah.
try and be like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm still like sometimes in that mentality of like, the
Yeah.
sensor's bad, but I can turn it off in like settings.
Oh yeah, no,
I
no.
will I will let them fly.
Yeah, you're set.
That's
You're
yeah.
no, we're uncensored here, pal. Real Rap Podcast. I like to keep more
Awesome.
TV 14. Sometimes I might slip up in Real Rap Podcast, but TV PG, TV 14 there. But like here we're all TVMA rated R.
EVMA.
Just TVMA type stuff. Yeah, especially when we got Phil on. This man tours up a fucking storm. So yeah,
All right.
Seriously, that's fucked up. You fucking gave me an update that fucked up the software that I use for my
I'm so
business,
stupid. I just
and then
realized.
you made it so I can't fix it. Gee, thanks, assholes.
Yeah, I'm like
Seriously.
talking about my
The
own
only
profanity, and
way
he's just
to really
firing.
fix that issue is to have a archived stream on YouTube that I can rip the missing video out of. So for example, right now I'm live streaming and I'm recording at the same time. Okay? Later today, I very well may go to upload this level 1 podcast and find out it's corrupted. Oh shit. If that's the
oh
case,
man,
what I would then do is I would go to the archive stream
oh
on
man,
DSP Gaming, which sits there as like a 5-6 hour archive of video. I would go to the portion that's just the level 1 podcast and I would say edit that out, and it can actually excerpt that as a video and make it its own
mm-hmm.
video on the channel.
Yep,
And now I've saved the video, even though the video I recorded
yep.
locally is corrupted. I have a second version of that video that's been created on YouTube that now can be used as the on-demand video. The problem is,
The
I'm
problem.
doing these private reacts. Okay, I'm not streaming them. These are private. They're meant to be offline content that then is sent to a viewer and they can do with it whatever they want. A lot of viewers keep this content for themselves. There's been dozens of videos that I made for people over the years that they just kept. They never uploaded anywhere, never showed
Mm-hmm.
it to anyone. It was just for them. Okay, a lot of they consider them private. In the case of Slayer, that's not the case. But here's the thing. Let's say I had
Yeah.
live streamed it. First of all, I wouldn't live stream it as a public stream. Okay? Because if that was the case, then it wouldn't be Slayer's content to do with as he chose. That would kind of be a violation of our agreement. I could live stream it as a private stream just to have an
Private
archive
stream.
saved. But here's the problem. YouTube destroyed the video anyway. Remember? YouTube said, oh, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, and they blocked it. So even if I had done an archive stream on YouTube as a backup that was a private stream, so if this corruption happens, I can rip that portion of the video out of the stream, it would have been.
I feel like he's just finding ways. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Riley. I feel like he's just finding ways to just not, like excuses to not just archive his streams on YouTube.
I think you're right. Personally, I think you're correct.
I feel like he's just making up excuses at this point to just not do it. I don't know. I, that's just how I'm feeling. Uh, cause like I don't know, man. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't think it's difficult to just it's just lazy, a little bit lazy how he just doesn't stream. Like I feel like he does the live streams, like he records everything from the live stream out of just pure laziness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna take him time to edit, both of those, and he won't have time to stream. And I get that, but it's like, dude, put more effort, get those ads in, brother. Just like, just fucking, you know, be a sellout. You need to be when you're a YouTuber. You really do need to be one when you're a YouTuber. I don't know. Um, yeah.
blocked anyway. After the fact, they wouldn't have let me edit it and rip it. It would have said not allowed because it's blocked on YouTube because of copyright issues. So even if I had done the redundant thing to make sure this wasn't happening, it still would have happened anyway. There was no way around it. Okay? Everything went wrong on YouTube. So now I'm looking for all these solutions. And basically, I find, oh, here's a program that people use with OBS. When OBS corrupts videos, you can use this program, you can run it, and this program will check the video and fix errors and make it so.
Another quick thing I want to mention, Riley. Phil is the type of person to just keep going and kind of just keep going. Like, it takes a while to get to the point. That's one thing with Phil too. I forgot to mention that.
All right, good to know.
The videos are visible again. So now I've got this running on this video while I'm also doing the trimming segment on the other video. So all this is going on at once. Now, in the meantime, I'm trying to finish my work. I want to get done with work for the day so I can go spend time with my wife. And I'm trying to get out of the office, and I was like, let me upload the daily wrap. Oh, I can't. Why? Because when this video checking program is running on the corrupted video, my disk use on my computer goes to 100%. Yes, my hard drive is going insane as this corrupted video is attempting to be fixed by this program, and it won't let me upload anything anywhere at all.
I know this video would make you annoyed. I knew.
Hard
Yeah.
drive?
Yeah.
Like he's using like a hard disk drive?
I
He's
believe
not
that's what he
using a
said.
solid state drive. He's not using a solid state drive and he's doing video editing.
I believe that's what he said.
Uh,
Let me double check the comments too. Let's yeah, there's a
it can't be a hard drive. It cannot.
see, like, every little convenience to this crime maybe is a major life.
It can't be a hard drive for Phil. Like literally, like his work would take twice.
And this is
His
what I'm
work
saying too, by the
probably
way.
taking twice as long every single time from
Mm,
disk speed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And these two comments here really sum up everything. You got, from this guy here. Imagine being one of the handful of OBS programmers working for free and hearing someone who refused to update their OS say garbage about you for it not working because they needed it for the way they make money. And then, you have one from Beautiful Mess. Quote unquote, my PC is 10 years old. His WWE Champions account is much younger and he's dropped 100K on it. And also, this is a good one too. Because also, another thing, really, a week ago, this man got his Wi-Fi hacked. Actually, from what he said, I don't really know. Like, it was a really confusing story, which is, DSP in a nutshell. But this man says, he said last week, I'm worried about security and paranoid that someone is hacking my stuff and messing with me. I'm still on an operating system way out of support 5 years ago. It's not my fault. That's essentially last week
Yeah, that's
summed
what I
up.
was mentioning when I was saying updating the operating system is important.
Yeah. This is Phil for you, pal. Oh man.
Okay? So I'm
Here
like,
we
well, I
go.
can't do that. So then I talked to
Just
a
can't
host
with this
of
guy.
schedule,
I can't.
and I
Oh
posted up
man.
to people, hey guys, if you're wondering where the daily wrap is, I can't upload it right now.
Uh
You can't do shit. I'm stuck. All right? So basically, over the course of the night, as I'm relaxing with Kat, I'm coming back up to the office, checking constantly to see what's going on with these private React videos. The first video eventually did get fully trimmed, and listen to this. When YouTube was done trimming the video went from 1 hour and 10 minutes long to 22 minutes long. YouTube cut out
my
45
god, dude.
minutes of content
What?
of the video that I
Hold
did.
on.
Gee, that sounds great.
What?
I'm sure
Wait
that
a
video
minute.
made total sense, right? No, it didn't. You watch it, it didn't make any sense at all. Everything's missing. You can't watch remember, it's supposed to be comparison of one song to the next, one video to the next version. It makes no sense. You can't understand the video at all. It's a waste of time. So I was like, well, that's a fucking waste of time, piece of shit. So now I'm like, so now where else could I upload videos? What about these video uploading sites? There's a million of them. You Dropbox and Google Drive and this and that and up and down. I'm trying to figure all this shit out. I'm just like, oh my God. In the meantime, this program is still running, trying to fix the corrupted video, right? So, in truth, eventually I go to sleep. I'm like, I can't, it's taking too long. I'm just, relaxing with cat. I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm not kidding. I woke up at like 3 in the morning, and I was like, well, I got to use the bathroom anyway. I'm just gonna head.
Again, it takes so long to just get to the fucking point. Oh my God. What is this?
Good news
Oh
is,
man.
I do believe I was finally able to upload the raw video, the first hour, to a third-party service, and I think Slayer should get the video today. I don't know because I think we're in completely different time zones, so I don't even know if he had a chance to check on it today or not. But I think at the very least he should get the first video today. All right, the first hour. Now what he wants to do with that, I don't know, because if he uploads it to like any video site, it's probably going to get claimed, blocked, and fucked up. So maybe he just has to keep it for himself. I don't know. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Starting around 10:30 p.m. until whenever it ended in the middle of the morning, it finally finished. I go to play the video. It doesn't work. And I'm like, oh my God, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So what this means, I have to re-record the whole second half of the private react I did last night. I basically wasted an hour of my time recording it, and all of that time trying to get the corrupted video to work. It's just not, it doesn't seem to be restorable.
I am still confused. What's going on? I'm not gonna lie to you. This man, I just feel like sometimes when he's just like talking, he just says a lot of words. You know what I mean? Like that you kind of just like space out and you kind of lose.
About that, admittedly.
And it's not even because I'm tired. That's just like I will be fully awake, and that's just how I am when I watch Phil because like he's just it's just a lot of complaining and a lot of just like I don't know. I don't know. It's just like a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
yeah. Let's finish this video since we're like 3 minutes. We got 3 more
So what this
minutes.
means,
Like fuck it.
later on, probably next weekend, I'm probably going to have to take more time away, do another late night stream skipped, and I have to re-record this hour, this private react. It's not Slayer's fault. It's, it's just fucking bullshit. It's like, that's my life. Right now, nothing in my life wants to just go smoothly. If you haven't noticed
I felt that.
recently, it's like, I'm sick as shit. I lose a whole week of work, even though I put all this time building up a special Halloween event and spent all this money on a costume.
I'll give you one last. I'm sorry to keep pausing, Riley, but I'm going to give you one last piece, one last piece of DSP lore if you're okay with that. And for anyone else here, basically, what he's referring to with the Halloween stream. I want you to find the logic in this, Riley. All right. So Phil, he may have had COVID. Um, he may have had COVID. On the week of his Halloween, on the week of Halloween, he wasn't feeling too well and everything. He said he wasn't, he said he wouldn't really be able to live stream and everything, yada yada. The issue is he said like he was struggling with streaming, right? Like he couldn't do it. Yeah, he did the podcast for an hour just talking and talking and talking and talking. And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm too tired to stream." But yeah, he's streaming and talking about the fact the fact that he's sick and treating it like he was about to die, like that.
I know Rich talks about that. I don't know enough about it to really make a, what I'm saying. I can't.
Yeah, we could save that for a different if you want to check it out. Um, because let me tell you, man, it's like this dude was acting like like it was the end of the world and everything. Which yeah, like it's like he was like it's something serious. Like it's trust me, it
It is,
sucks.
but
It sucks and it is serious. Don't get me wrong, but like this man was like acting like like the sky was falling. Like he was like you know just he was like making 30-minute videos like like this was gonna be it for DSP when like his and this is what he was saying like at the time it was just him sniffling and I'm just like, and like he's just like I need tips and all that. Like he was like that okay because like it's if it's gonna sound like me just saying like oh yeah he's a bitch because he couldn't handle it. Like no I'm not saying that. I'm saying like this man was using it and dramatizing it more to get more tips because he'll be like, I need contributions, I need more tips. I would appreciate it if you guys tip me more. Because it was kind of his scapegoat to not do the stream. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. This is like
Can't
I
get
said.
anything
This
done.
is Phil.
It's finally getting
This
better.
is Phil,
Finally
man.
catching up with playthroughs or getting stuff
It's
going.
infuriating to watch.
Malicious
You
fucking
notice I'm
employee
more
at
quiet
Comcast
myself. It's annoying
broke
to
the
me.
internet for half of a week, and he's unable to work. All right, finally I got
uh,
that under control, right? That seems to be under wraps. It seems like everything is getting wrapped up in that regard, and there's no big issues there. Great. Oh,
Who would
now I
want to
can't
watch
do my other work. All other things are fucked up.
who would want to
Give me
watch?
a fucking
Who
break,
want to watch this guy? You said.
right? Give me a fucking
Yeah.
break. For
I just
Okay.
once,
don't want. I don't like
can't
hearing
get it.
people complain. I'm
Everyone,
meant to
pull out
Yeah.
your violins right.
Well, apparently 434 people are watching him.
now.
So 444,
I'm
434
sure he's
people like
not like.
watch.
I'm sure like they like not in a bad way, but they kind of like cherry picked like a moment where like he was especially upset. But
Dude,
like,
okay, you want to see how much they quote, like you say cherry pick, right?
oh no, I'm not saying they cherry
No,
picked it.
yeah.
I'm just saying they cherry
Because
picked like a low of the low.
no, dude, this is the worst thing. This is every single stream.
Oh god,
He has
that's a
something.
lot.
He talks like like a grandfather. This man's only 40. Yeah, he talks like a 65-year-old man complaining about, like a pissed off, like a pissed off old man talk about politics or something like that. Like like the Gen Z or millennials are ruining everything, and like, he talks like that, not like literally with politics, but like with gaming in his stupid fucking PC that's like 10 years old and everything.
Whose
Like
fault was it that it's 10 years old?
it is. It's his. It's a fact, dude. Like I said, this isn't even the only channel here, that does this. You got people like, you know, it's there's just so much of him complaining and everything and asking for contributions. You got Snort
Oh,
Brunel
that's
here.
stupid.
You got Snow Brunel here, like, and people eat this shit up. You see 21,000 subscribers, dude, which is insane, just from Phil content because people watch these streams and they see Phil just bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching, and then you got Snort Horgan here, also another popular one and everything.
Oh
And
god.
like, it's just yeah, like there's always something new with this guy, you know. And for people here who are watching, our live stream, like I hope I entertained you guys with your introduction to DSP gaming. Dude, some of you wish you never knew him, probably, but like
Yeah, probably.
yeah, probably, but like like I'm like, hey, let's Fun fact though, Riley, he is one of us. He lives in Seattle, but he is formerly of Connecticut.
Oh great. That's another thing people can complain about or say about.
And I wanna I wanna double check. He graduated from Fairfield University, by the way, with
Oh,
I believe a master's degree in business. And as you see, he does not know how to run a business. Let me see.
well, I mean, he
Maybe
got further than a lot of people would still, which
true, yeah. People talk about that's the thing. People talk about him. But the thing is, I feel like let's compare something, right? Like, let's compare these views here, right? More people watch his, people. Is this Snort Hogan? Yeah, this is it. He has 8,000 subscribers, right? More people watch his videos about DSP, and more than they watch his DSP's actual stuff. And that's the crazy thing, That's the
that's
really, really crazy thing about DSP, man. Like, it's just, hey, what the hell is that? It's just like, but yeah, nah, that's I think if you're down, we could definitely do another DSP stream eventually.
so we
We
can
could
do it
go,
eventually.
Yeah, I'll teach more of you guys all the DSP lore and all. But anyways, guys, I don't want to keep Riley here too long and everything. I want to thank him
Yeah,
for,
not in a bad way.
yeah, no, and
I
also
got work tomorrow.
I won my fucking fantasy game. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's huge for me. Who won? It was, yeah, by a field goal, the Bengals won. I missed the end of that game, shoot, but it looked like a really good one.
It was
But
good.
yeah, Riley, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
We'll
no problem at all, dude.
yeah, I want to shout out.
Sorry, I got a little tired towards the end, so it wasn't quite as verbal as I normally would
No,
be.
you're good. You're good. And yeah, be sure to check out realrapentertainment.com, guys. Riley will have some stuff up there soon, I believe.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
yeah, he'll have some stuff. But Chris Maldonado, who was here in the chat earlier, he's also part of Real Rap Entertainment. He not part of the YouTube channel, but part of the website. But I would love to include him more in the YouTube channel too. Um, but we got it's me, Javi, Chris, Riley, pretty much. And yeah, it's really cool. We've had 32 people on the live stream today, which is
That's awesome,
really
dude.
awesome. I want to
That's
thank all of
awesome.
yeah, I want to thank all of you who viewed our live stream. I want to thank you who are still currently listening to us right now. I love you guys. You all mean a lot to me, right? And I'm definitely going to do more of these, whether we talk about Phil here or whatever YouTube drama we got, some gaming stuff, maybe some sports stuff, maybe I'll do one Thursday while the Patriots are sticking it up. Uh, it's on Thursday Night Football
That's gonna be pretty
because
cool.
that is awful. Oh my god, the Pats are so fucking garbage. But yeah, guys. Thank you for watching our live stream. Be sure to check out our other content if you haven't, and be sure to check out some of the upcoming videos we have this week. I'm not sure. I know Javi's gonna do some reviews. I'm gonna have to edit them, so um we'll see what he reviews and everything. And expect the Real Rap podcast to be released on Thursday. I was I kind of released it a little bit late this weekend because of I saw a light outside, but it's just my mic light. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I kind of was a
Late
little
night
bit late.
viewer.
Huh?
Late night viewer of the podcast.
Yeah. um, but yeah, no, I kind of had it too late because some other stuff and everything. Came out on Friday instead, Friday night. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Once again, Riley, thank you for being on, and I'll see you
Yeah, no
guys later.
problem.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys later on this week for another live stream, another Real Rap podcast, and much more. Love y'all. And we